your zodiac sign. Put it in the chat, guys. Okay, with love, we gotta have a little reality check real quick. You gotta just be the best you can be, not anybody else. It's only you at the end of the day.
What is up, you guys? Shout out to the YouTube tribe. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of TRIBETEA. That is when you guys send in your stories and we give you advice, we kiki, all that jazz. If we've been through it, we tell you how we got through it. That's pretty much what this whole segment is. And yeah, we have a time over here, child. I will be putting the email of how you can submit your story in the description. My bad. It's usually scrolling on the screen. We got a new layout. There will be a newer one for 2024 though, so stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for supporting my Britney video. If you have not seen it, please go and watch it. It's long, and so if you love long streams, I know you're gonna love this long video. Okay, I think it's like an hour and 30 minutes. That's a Netflix movie, girl. That's a whole movie. Go and watch it. Oh, and by the way, thank you. If you guys want to be on the stream, you have to be on Twitch. We go live on Twitch every Monday today. Mondays we do TikTok reaction, and Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So teas. We have a few stories we are today. The type Mr. Pasta. If y'all get the drift. The second one could play it out the game. Damn. And what rats. The third one is 9 years only for him to worker. Oh hell no. And called when the verb PhD hates when men don't hate you. Ooh. So I'm assuming you're friends with somebody who is getting a degree in sexuality, a PhD, a doctorate in sexuality, and they're a pick-me, basically. And they hating because you getting attention. And if this is a picture, is this a picture of you? I mean, you're giving spicy businesswoman. Like, girl, I wouldn't even hold you. This is exactly how I would dress if I was like a lawyer or like a doctor or something. I would be giving a little bit of cunt. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of ate. And the blonde braids. Kind of ate that up, I fear. But yeah. Y'all, oh my God. And sorry if it looks like I just got done crying. I don't know why my face is so poopy this morning. But let's get into it. Mr. Pasta and Lobster, okay? Because I've been seeing this title in my email for like a minute, and I've been wanting to read it ever since. So let's just get into it, okay? Mr. Pasta and Lobster, and these first four do not have any receipts, by the way. So sorry, not sorry. This probably isn't like the best stream to watch if you've never seen TRIBETEA before. So I'm already seeing somebody in the chat saying they don't know what that means. So basically the song, I got a white boy on my roster. He be feeding me pasta and lobster, or lobster and pasta. Which way do it go? Either way, it's referencing to, let me get on my hood translator voice. It is in reference to a young lady, usually of color, usually a black young woman, referencing an older, sometimes older, but just generally you just need to be a white male who is interested in dating and courting a black woman, and by doing so you feed them pasta and lobster. Because I don't know about y'all, but I prefer a good old southern broil. I don't really like lobster. It's like mayonnaise-y, like it's too, and that's not even the joke, girl. That like it just does have a lot of mayonnaise. Like I don't know, it tastes like mayonnaise to me. Maybe I just didn't have a good lobster. I don't know. But yes, area codes by Cali. Thank you. Because we gotta shout the girls out. We can't just be doing that. So Miss Pasta and Lobster. Oh my God, my laptop isn't even on the right side. Hold on. Y'all are probably like, girl, who are you looking at? I'm looking at the laptop. Now I just messed up my focus. Here. I guess that'll just have to do. Talking about you got a pasta and lobster from Louisiana and he be feeding you broils and gumbo. Honestly, that's a way better deal, friend. That's a way better deal. That's a way, way better deal. Here, let me scoot over a little bit so I can see. It's been a minute. How are y'all doing? Happy New Year. Okay, that's better. That's better because I was looking a little too blurry. Okay. Mr. Pasta and Lobster. So, hey, girl, I am new to your channel, and I just want to say I love your videos. Well, thank you so much. Anyway, I was talking to this white boy for the past 6 months, and they met off of Hinge back in June. So, y'all know I've been out the game. I'm not familiar with, like, the only apps that I am familiar with is, like, Tinder, Grindr, because those are the apps that you see in the news whenever people getting murdered. So, Hinge, what is y'all take on Hinge? Let me know. So at first I was not interested in bro at all. I usually have a type, which is usually black men, and I let him know that. Anyway, after a while of persistence, I actually started to take him more seriously, and we started talking in September, right? So beforehand, I was always hot and cold, and I've ghosted him on multiple occasions, which I can admit is childish. But anyway, once we started talking more seriously and consistently, we would hang out often. So it was around September, naturally, that I started to like him. There was a time when I went over to his place and helped him study because he said he was going through a lot with school, having to balance basketball and work. And that way, I don't know. Maybe I'm being judgmental, but I'm like, you trying to pick up black girls on Hinge. You playing college ball. I don't know. Y'all said all the dating apps give murder vibes. Hinge, you could just swipe willy-nilly. It's supposed to make you, you can't just swipe willy-nilly. It's supposed to make you more serious. Okay. Y'all say it's better than Tinder and Bumble because you actually, okay. It's harder to be a F-boy on Hinge. Okay. Ghosting does not work on white men. No, it does not. It really doesn't. They'll just, hey, how are ya? Hey, how are ya? Hey, how are you? Like, what the fuck? Leave me alone, Brandon. Because I'm talking like even at work. Like if you're just trying to be casual at work, at the office. Hey, I love your hair. Oh, is that a new hairstyle you got there? Oh, you got some new eyelashes. I love those lashes. They do not leave you alone. Oh, my God. So there was a time where she was helping him with his schoolwork and they ended up hooking up. I mean, shoot, it's been a few months. It's been like 3 months of talking and then you hooked up. They didn't go all the way. They just gave each other, let's just say, sloppy toppy or something. I wasn't ready to go all the way with him there yet. Anyway, humans are so funny like that. Like, we would rather put our mouth on something. Like, what the fuck? My thing is, if you don't feel comfortable enough to do that, maybe you shouldn't do the other one. That's just my opinion. Humans are so funny like that. We'll put our mouth on all types of gross shit and then what? You said you met your boyfriend on Hinge 3 years strong. Okay, good for you. Good for you, girl. Good for you. So she said I was not ready to go all the way with him. Anyway, the day after is when I told him that I actually liked him, and he reciprocated this, but he also told me he's not ready for a relationship. Girl, run. It's giving I have conquered my goal and I'm done and I'm good. What? I agreed with him that we shouldn't be in a relationship because it was still too early for me to want him like that. Okay. I don't know how old y'all are, but I'm assuming because he's playing college ball, you're in your early 20s, mid 20s. This whole like, and I blame social media, I blame the internet and stuff. And I understand that I have a different perspective because I've been in a long-term relationship for a very long time. So I get it. I haven't been affected. Don't get me wrong. Kevin Samuels and Sheer 7 be talked about in my household too. Like, I'm not trying to act like I'm like this, oh yeah, nothing online ever. We never, like, you know what I'm saying? But what I will say is like, I feel like social media and shit has really fucked up the whole vulnerability aspect. Like, I feel like people be scared of looking goofy. And it's just like, that's the whole point of, this whole love shit. Like, it's awkward. Sometimes you got to be corny. Sometimes you got to be cringe. You know that all the rose petals and all that and them big old flowers and stuff, like that's some corny and cringy shit, but it makes you feel good. It makes you feel appreciated, like. So the whole I don't like him like that. I like him, but I don't like him. Like, bro, we're not little kids. If you're putting your mouth where he pee out of, bitch, I think you like him a little bit. Like, ew. Like, bro. Like, what? Man, look. The sad thing is, speaking of the sprinkle, because I know that's more relevant because Kevin done croaked, rest his soul. But even the sprinkle lady, like, you got to understand she's not for everybody, like the same way. Because I think she's entertaining, but I would not live that way of life because I'm living a different way of life, Nah, bruh, I don't want to marry Uncle Ernest. I don't. I really don't. I don't. Oh my gosh. You said, and what the fuck was he hung for if he didn't want a relationship? That if he's on Hinge, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's being a fuckboy. It's giving he wanted something and he got what he wanted. He conquered his little goal. But hey, she want to play the game too. She talking about something. Oh, okay, that's fine. All right. Watch. I don't even know where this is going, but I have a feeling it's going to turn into I really, really, really like this guy and now he don't want to. I could just feel it about to happen. Let's see. Ever since that conversation, he got really distant. I didn't think too much of it because he had told me that he was going through a lot. Plus the school year just started and everything. But the more time had passed, we'd hung out once in a blue moon and he would always start rubbing and kissing on me. Getting me all worked up and stuff, but I always stopped midway because at this point it was starting to feel like friends with benefits. Friend, what else was supposed to go on? You said you had oral what with each other and then said that y'all don't want to be in a relationship. I thought you were aware you were in a friends with benefits situation. Y'all are pretty impressed with his fuckboyism in the chat. Y'all said to be a fuckboy on Hinge requires so much work because the fuckboys be getting banned. Wow, so Hinge don't play. Okay, they do not play. So it was starting to feel like friends with benefits, and I was telling him that I feel like he's wasting my time, and he would always deny it. I mean, you could deny that the sky is blue, but we all gotta look up. Like, what do you mean? Oh no, that's not really your experience. Okay, Mr. Pasta and Lobster. What? It wasn't until one day I left his house with his shirt, whom he told me that I could leave with. And I was at the club with my friends and he and I were talking and I joked around and told him I wanted another shirt. Y'all need to grow up. How old are y'all? Oh my God. How old are you? Did you purposely not tell me your age? Because something's not right. What you mean the shirt? can I borrow your shirt? Or can I have another shirt? How old are y'all? Did you lie about your age? Did you lie about your age? Is this really a high school basketball player? Because what in the Chloe and Ruby, what in the Halle Bailey and Ruby Rose? You over here trying to rock a shirt. I don't know. So you over here talking about, can I get another shirt? And this boy blew the hell up on me and start talking about how I'm not even his girlfriend, but I'm taking his shit. Would you have taken this respect from a person of color? Is it because he's white that you let? Like, what the fuck is going on? My dad said, "Hey, we're in public. You better stop." No, for real. That is the cue, babes. It's time to walk away. It's over. It's over. Oh my goodness. This led to him telling me he doesn't even like me in a romantic way. So at that point, I was like, damn, I was literally just kidding with you, babes. But all right, we ended up fixing things. You ended up fixing things. You ended up fixing things, friend? What are you talking about? You ended up fixing things. There's nothing to fix. You just insulted me in front of a whole bunch of people because you like an audience. Yeah, no. The fuck? The only way that shit would have been fixed is if you invited everybody in our little circle to dinner or something, and you did, and you apologized in front of all of them because, like, what is this? And no, that's what I'm saying. No shade. I mean, in my Cat Williams voice, I don't have any problem with, I think, white men can be attractive. It is what I've just never been down that road, but I have noticed when they get mad, they be doing this and they be fucking, nah, bro. That's nah. You got it. Like, they do just be blowing up out of nowhere. They like, what are you doing? Right? They be looking like that. They be like, like, what are you doing? Be having holes in the wall and shit. Like, that's normal. Like, damn. So they talking about they fix things. I don't know how they fix things, but they did. Hey, shout out to Black Belly. Just got in the chat. What's up? So we ended up fixing things, but that whole ordeal really bothered the hell out of me, and I just ended up cutting it off with him finally, because not only was that disrespectful, but I was indeed wasting my time, because from June to now, we have been talking with no progression. So, like, what am I here for? If I was you, if the chat is right, I'll report his ass to Hinge. Like, yeah, this is a fuck boy, bro. He's just trying to get laid, because it's blatant. Like, so now that you're out of it, look back. I think you're like, what, 2 months removed from it? Ooh, I was right. Early 20s. She is a 21-year-old Cancer, and he is a 23-year-old Scorpio. That man, look, this don't even have shit to do with zodiac signs and shit. It's just like point blank. If you're on a dating app and you're only courting and until you get some type of sexual release, and then you get it and then you cut it off and you pull back, you're using this app as a prostitution service at this point. Like, no. Anyway, I asked him if he wanted his shirt back. I just want to get you by your little collar. Be like, sister, Sister, come here, sister. Sister. What you do is finders keepers, bitch. Okay, finders fucking keepers, all right? That's just how it goes. Next thing you know, your best friend cousin got on the shirt that the dude gave you. Like, that's how it goes. But if you really, really, really can't stand him, he did you wrong as fuck, for real, like, you know, donate it. Donate it. Like, just donate it to the Goodwill, the Salvation Army, like, so you don't gotta look at it. Shoot, they even got them little bins on the side of the road. Please donate, club. Throw it in that bitch. Like, what? Talking about bleach it, then return it. Nah, because then that's how you keep the thing going. Then he wants to keep talking to you about his little petty ass shirt. Like, no. Just, the shirt don't exist. He don't exist. I just saw a TikTok the other day where a dude hit up his ex's mom talking about, I need to get away. I need to get rid of this box of stuff because it's just reminding me of her. The mom drove over there, got the box. Why is the box filled with like random shit that wasn't even hers? Like, people do little weird shit like that. Like, so that's why I was like, don't even go backwards. Just look, you don't have a shirt anymore. That's why I low-key thought this was a high school story, because when you grown, you kind of just realize like, oh, I lost that shirt with the relationship. It kind of just is what it is. You know how many shirts I've lost? Swagger jacking ass people that I've been in relationships with. Bruh. You haven't like, what the fuck? Talk about, I asked him if you want to get his shirt back before I block him. Girl. So I asked him and he told me yes. So I let him know, when do you need it? Which he replied with, okay, it's been 2 weeks now. And he hasn't said a word about for me in the shirt. Maybe he probably didn't want to get blocked, which is why he still never asked for his shirt. No, girl, he is waiting until he is let's just say excited, in the mood, and he knows that he can hit you up and go to your apartment and rub on your leg, like you said. Like, bruh, he's not trying to waste his one get out of jail free card. He's not gonna go and ask you for the shirt on a Tuesday when he got work on Wednesday. No, he's gonna hit you up on Friday night. Come over there and get his damn shirt. Maybe he doesn't care for real, and I just need an opinion. Girl, I thought you didn't care in the beginning. That's why I said we gotta be real with ourselves with like our feelings and stuff, because it's not it's not horrible to love. It's not embarrassing to care. What isn't cool is shitting on people's feelings. What isn't cool is being a dick, a fuck boy, a fuck girl. Like, that's not cool. You know, when someone gets cheated on, people don't be like, oh, damn, you care too much about him, you stupid. And when people do that, I'm like, bro, that's fucked up, because you were in the right. You were trying to be, you know, I don't know. I just need an opinion. I blocked him on everything this morning and threw his shirt in the garbage. Good. By the way, I'm 21 and he is 23. I am a Cancer. He is a Scorpio. Shout out to all the Cancers and Scorpios in the chat. Yes, I think he's just going to pop up asking for some spare coochie. Wouldn't give it to him. Wouldn't give it to him. Keep him blocked. Again, I've never dated pasta and lobster before, so I don't know if he's gonna spin the block. I don't know if he's genuinely like treating you like a damn call girl. Like, I don't know. Blockity block is right though, because that was some BS. What do y'all think? What is the opinion? Like, what opinion do you want us to have? Like, I don't know. You didn't ask for advice, but my opinion on that is that was some fuck shit. He was wasting your time. You know he was wasting your time. If you are open to advice, I would just let you know that I don't think you did anything wrong in that situation. And I feel like there is a reason why people do hold out to be intimate, because of stuff like this, because of people like this. So I just want you to know, like, don't beat yourself up. I feel like you took a lot of precautions and stuff. Shoot, you might have actually hooked up with him. It really don't matter, girl. You could have, like, when you do any type of, when the ending of the suffix is sex, I don't care if it's like blank sex, you still hooked up. Like, it is what it is. Don't beat yourself up about it. But definitely look at people's actions and not what they're talking about. And another, a really big abuse tactic that bummy ass dudes like to do is, as soon as you're ready to leave, then they be like, oh, now all the stuff I promised you this whole time, I'm going to do it now. And you fucked up because you left at the right moment when I was about to do it. No, they weren't. So if bro is showing you the actions of, I am only coming over to touch on your leg and kiss on you and shit. Yeah. And then every time we're normal, I'm like lashing out at you to stay in your place. Yeah. No. Nah. Y'all said the pasta and lobsters never spin the blocks themselves. They friends always be trying to shoot the shot after the relationship. You're so right, because I have peeped that with my white tribe members. Love all of y'all. That usually they'll randomly just be like, yeah, and I just got with the best friend. And I'm like, what? Well, we were already so cool. So yeah, he just supported me through the breakup with his or you're like, what? Okay, good for you. You found happiness, I guess. All right. But yeah, that's all for that story. I'm glad that you got out of it without no kids, without no STDs. Like that, I would just look at the good side. Don't feel bad for caring. Caring, people that give a fuck, brave people. Like, don't ever feel goofy or cringe for caring. Like, I don't know. I'm that person in my real life. I constantly have to remind people, like, bro, fuck what it looks like to other people. I genuinely feel like social media has ruined so much of the relationship shit. You remember when we used to just be walking around, like, out in the world, and you just used to see people just, like, making the fuck out in public, like, stuff like that? You don't be seeing that no more. Like, everybody is just so like, oh my God, I don't want to be perceived. Oh my God, what if somebody's recording me from the deli over there? And it's like, bruh, damn. Hey, shout out to Blockavelli for gifting these tier subs. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you. Oh, somebody else, hold on. Somebody subscribed like right when I got on and I didn't shout them out. Shout out to Kyla Kiora for the follow. And shout out to Ari for the resubscription. Thank you so much. Yes, everything gifted. Belated Christmas. Thank you so much, dude, for sharing the love. But here, let me get to this next story. Oh my God, y'all got pictures. Y'all are so cute. It's called He Tried to Take the Player Out the Game. Ooh. Take the player out the game, huh? Trigger warning, depression and a near-death experience. Ooh, near-death experiences are kind of interesting to me. Make me feel a little bit, I don't know, secure or not as scared of like aging and like, being old and stuff and dying. So I like hearing people's near-death experiences. And usually people that have them, they live like they don't give a fuck. Like it's something cool is about to happen after this. So that doesn't scare me, but it might scare y'all. So I'm letting y'all know. So, hey, Naja, this is probably a little bit of a long one, so my bad in advance. But since it's the winter time, I thought I'd write in this winter story, and I hope you and the tribe can let me know if I was doing too much or if I was the asshole in this situation. So, winter is my favorite season, and I really enjoy the snow and doing activities like ice skating and sledding. And my friend from college invited me to a ski trip. So I love the idea of being in a little log cabin in the winter. You're better than me. The only time I'm going to any type of log cabin is during the summer. Like, I'm not. No. Or it would have to be like an actual house that they like freaked and put some logs on the outside to make it look like a cabin, because no. So not only is it scary because like cabin, but I'm going to be the only melanated person. Exactly. I'm not going. Oh my gosh. But everybody going past the vibe check, so I agreed. But I should have stayed my black ass home. Oh, wow. So we were out in this mountain in Colorado for 5 days. Ooh, I'm jealous. The first 4 days felt like a fairy tale winter type thing. The setting was gorgeous. And I have some pictures down here. Let me see. Oh my God. They look like little gingerbread houses. Yeah, I would do this. I would do this. I would definitely do that. Eat some mushrooms. I'll be out here, boy. Y'all must have had a time. What happened? This looks like fun. Like, what happened? So prior to this trip, I'd only been skiing once as a child, and it was a man-made hill. I was about to say, somebody made this post. They're like, if you have ever been to a ski resort ever in your life, you're rich. Shut up. Like, because I'm not gonna lie, my people got money. I've never been, but my little cousins have. I have never been to none of that type of stuff. I've had your experience. I put some little cardboard on my shoes, made a little hill of snow. There you go. Oh my gosh. She says she spent most of her trip on the bunny hills despite her friend's constant encouragement that she could go to the harder slopes. No. Why are y'all trying to see? Y'all be taking shit too far. Y'all be wanting to go into ice caves and shit. Like, we can't just play in the snow. Like, come on now. The last day, I grabbed lunch with my friend and one of his other friends and tell them I'm probably going to go down the bunny trails a few more times and turn it in early. So they agreed to come with me since they have already had their fun on the other slopes. So they're going to give me some more tips on skiing, take pictures. We spent some hours together. And my friend suggests doing one last run that's higher up on the mountain. I agree, as again, there's some bunny trails higher up there too. But that trail ended up into being like so it's leveled by colors. Here, I'm gonna break it down for y'all. So the bunny hills, like the little kitty hills, are green. The intermediate level, blue. And then the actual like advanced is black. And if you're in red, it's pretty much like, this is not open to the public. You really shouldn't be here unless you are a professional skier, right? So she's been in green this whole time. And they're going up this hill and then they see blue. And she's like, I don't really got that skill level. And she said it hadn't snowed in a few days, so it was really icy too. Then on the way to the top, it started snowing heavily, which made the visibility low. And I would have liked to go back out. While I would have liked to go back to see the snow, once you're up the mountain, you have no option really other than to go back down. I was thinking that because, like, could you get the little sticks and climb down? And they said their friend has already fallen. Hold on, wait. So my form gets a little messy and I pick up a ton of speed because they're going down the thing. And my friend and his friend have fell down going down. So they fell. So she's just speeding and they were beside her and they fall. And she's the only one still going. So I'm flying down this mountain and decide to bail out. And it's always better to hit the ground than to hit anything else. And I spent most of the trip just falling down the mountain. So I'm speeding and I get launched towards a wooden area. And I remember seeing trees fly towards me. My left hip slammed into something and then everything went black. Oh my God. When I open my eyes, I stare up and I see the trees and snows. I wiggle my fingers and toes, and then I feel a pool of warmth underneath. Oh, hell no. Once I realized I was alive, I just let out a really big scream, and I didn't want to move because I didn't want to cause any more injury. I was so terrified. I had already lost 2 people I knew at the top of the mountain. Why, friend? Like, why? I don't know. I'll just leave it up to, I personally just don't understand these extreme sports. I think that's what I'm just going to leave it up to. Because I just don't understand. I don't want to be insensitive towards your loss, though. I just don't understand. Like, if you know somebody who is, gotten hurt that way, I don't know. Because then in the same breath, I'm like, that is brave to want to keep doing something, after the fact. But I'm like, damn. I don't know, friends. So I kept screaming, and then I seen a lady and her husband come over to me to help, and the paramedics came and administered first aid. The 2 people I was with eventually find me while waiting for the paramedics. So after getting checked out at the on-site emergency room and transported to the nearest hospital, I found out that my injuries were 2 fractured fingers, a swollen hip, and I look like I got half of a PPL for weeks. Oh my gosh. So you guys are probably wondering, where am I the asshole part fits into all this? And it's regarding how I reacted to my friend's reaction. So firstly, I honestly felt some type of way about them knowingly putting me on that type of trail, knowing my skill level. Also at the hospital, they kept making weird jokes like, well, at least you didn't die. At least you didn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I think you just might be with the wrong crew, friend, because like, that just don't sit right with me. Like, that's like somebody getting shot. And then y'all go to the gun range, and then one of y'all gets shot, and it's like, well, at least you didn't die. And you're like, what the fuck, bro? Like, so the accident happened the day before I had to fly out, and the hospital had a full cast on my hand and everything. My friend not only made 0 attempts to help me pack, but they offered no help at all. I had bought some jerky and couldn't open it, and I asked if they would help, and they just stared at me. They stared so long at my hand, and their friend stepped in and opened the package for me. Honestly, their friend treated me better than they did the entire trip. Waiting for me when I fell behind on the mountain, helping me with my skis, helping me pack my suitcase, and took my suitcase up the stairs when I had to leave for my flight. My friend didn't help me carry stuff to the car when I was leaving or when it was time to leave. And just very weird energy. You want me to tell you what it is? Because again, I'm telling you, people don't just like be going skiing, bro. You got money, you out there skiing. I feel like his white ass, I'm looking at him right now. It's giving, you're not about to sue me for this. But it's like, bro, there's not even a case. You're just being an asshole. Like, you didn't push her down the mountain. Like, sure, you probably thought like, oh, this will be fun. She'll be, yeah, you were an asshole, but you can't go to jail for being an asshole. It's given, y'all aren't about to sue me for this. And he has an attitude. So when I got back home, I ended up getting into a really deep depression. My left hand, which is my dominant hand, I'm left-handed, was useless. I lost a lot of the things I could do for myself, and I needed assistance a lot of the time. I crochet as an outlet. Damn. I crochet as an outlet, and not having that really added to my mental toll. I was in a dark place, and I expressed that to this friend, and they said I was dramatic and nothing happened. Okay, now we got ourselves a motherfucking lawsuit. Now we've got emotional distress, and you saying you don't give a fuck. Now I got your ass. Talking about, I cut them off after that. I blocked their number, all social media accounts, never spoke to them again. The combination of them putting me in that position and the weird energy during the time at the hospital and afterwards was just too much. Did I react harshly? All my other friends and loved ones at the time were angry upon hearing what happened, so I felt justified in my response to never talk to them again. Let me know, tribe. Was I dramatic? Am I the a-hole? Girl, no. 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 The sad thing is that this could have all been an innocent accident in the beginning. I don't think he was on some diabolical, I'm about to kill her on the slopes. But like, honestly, now that we're seeing how this shit has played out, did you? You already lost 2 people. Did you do this on purpose? And the fact that they bailed at the same time, like, I don't know. Because it could have been on some like, oh, I want her to have a new experience. Like, but the fact that was your reaction, if he really genuinely wanted you to have a new experience and it went wrong, his reaction would have been like, I am so sorry I pushed you to do that, you know? So no, I don't think you were the a-hole. I think that he is sweating because he knows that if he would have done that to one of his white peers, he would have had a lawsuit on his hand. Because they'll figure out some way to sue you. But where he fucked up is telling you how he don't care. That's where they fucked up. When it comes to like emotional distress, you are in a half body cast. You can't move. You can't do stuff for yourself. And you hit him up and you're like, bro, I'm so miserable after this experience. And he tells you, so what? You're being dramaed out? Yeah, no. Yeah, I would definitely hit up a lawyer too. Let your family know, like, hey, do we got a case here? Because this is fucked up. But I get you. If you just want to go the route of just cutting them off, not talking to them anymore, cutting them out your life, that's a win too. That is a win too. Right, 0 courtesy. I would feel so bad if I invited somebody on my trip and they got hurt. Like, I would feel so bad. I would feel accountable. I'll be the one in the hospital with them. I would have to say sorry to the rest of my guests. Like, look, I need to make sure they're good. Like, I don't see how, you know, not y'all said put a mouse good tool on them. Oh my gosh, here y'all go. But give them some advice in the comments below. Like, what do you think they should do about the situation? Or if they just pretty much took the best route by just cutting them off and moving on with their life, right? But hey, it is what it is. Let's get into this next one. Oh my God. The together for 9 years only for him to smash the coworker. That's intense. That's what I'm saying. He was just acting too nonchalant. Like, well, the fuck? Weirdo. So, together for 9 years. Whew. Hey, Naja. I have been a member for a while, and I love listening in. Well, thank you so much. I never thought I'll be the one submitting a story, but I do have one for you. So, my boyfriend... My boyfriend and I have been together for 9 years. That's all we need to know. That's all we needed to know. That's all we needed to know. I don't like him. I already am going to believe whatever you say you found. Because there ain't no way in hell this man ain't wasting your time just off of that sentence right there. Unless you guys are one of those people who are like, not really into the whole marriage thing. Not really into, maybe we are doing a commitment ceremony of maybe you're one of those people, or, you want your Huey Freeman shit, like fuck the establishment, fuck the white man's marriage. Okay, that's cool. Anything other than that, boyfriend for 9 years, that's your whole 20s. That man just took your whole 20s. See, at that point, you might not catch me talking to Mr. Ernest, but I'll probably be talking to Mr. Clyde or some shit, because what the fuck do you mean? At this point, talking about, well, on to the next. No, for real. Do y'all have kids? Now that, oh my God, that's how that'll do it. So I just had a whole think piece on Instagram about how long that it's appropriate to date before marriage. I feel like everybody is different. Like, cause some people, they'll get married. Like, I always use my friends' parents as an example. They got married when they were like 17, 18, and then they've been together. They were teen parents technically, but they've been together. They're still together till this day. They didn't know each other that long, and they just knew. And I don't know, like it happens. So, and then some people be together for 3 months. Some people be together for 3 years. I mean, shoot, my case, I was with Daniel for like 7 years. Well, we got engaged at the top of last year. So technically I'll say we were in the boyfriend-girlfriend stage for like 6-7 years. So, I mean, you never know. Everybody is different. Everybody's different. But I feel like when you're in your 20s, that's why I said I with the whole Shira stuff, the Shira content that people be divulging and shit, like, even though I live my life a different way, I still like watching it because there's some truth in there. When you're in your 20s, that's the only time you really should be building and stuff. Like, so that's why I can see how people would be in like, 6 years, 7, 5, 6, 7, before you get engaged or whatever, because you don't got shit. Like, marriage is a financial thing. Like, you don't got shit. You don't got no assets. Like, you don't got nothing. Whereas if you're in a situation like this, somebody just wasted your fucking time for 9 years, and then you meet somebody, and because 9 years is a long time. So let's say y'all got together at 21, now you're 30, and you over here, you want to talk to maybe someone who's 33. That 33-year-olds, they're going to have a little something, they might have a car. They might have an apartment in this economy shit. Those people might not want to be engaged for another fucking 5 years. Because at that point, you know who you are. Because I'm not going to lie, a large part of like me and Daniel shit is me figuring out who the fuck Naja is. Him figuring out who the fuck Daniel is. Like, the whole thing isn't just like, okay, we're going to, nah, bruh. 9 years, though, is wild to me. That's wild to me. Like, if y'all don't got a baby, because at least then I'll give a little grace, because it's like, damn, well, kids take up a lot of your time. Like, I could see, and money. So I could see, But y'all been roommate, like somebody said, y'all been roommates for the 10 piece. No, bro, after a certain point, you don't even want to say boyfriend, bro. Like, just be like, that's my partner, bro. Because goddamn. Yep. They started dating their senior year in high school, went through college and adult years. And out of the 9 years they've been together, they lived together for those 6. So this is your high school sweetheart. I ain't even gonna hold you. A lot of people that I know in your position had gotten married after they graduated college. So that little gap where you were like, we lived together for the 6. Yeah, no, nah. Usually people will be like, okay, we're going to graduate and get married because now we're about to have shit. We're about to start building our assets. We're about to start, with our degrees. Because quiet as it's kept, it's kind of more beneficial to get the degree before you get married, because then you can get more financial support. But the fact that y'all are high school sweethearts and he's dragging his feet scares me, because it's giving what's it called? Placeholder. So they basically went through college and then lived together for 6 years. We never had issues with infidelity, and we were really close. This recent year, I found out he cheated on me with his coworker, who's in her 30s with two kids and no dad in the picture. My boyfriend and I are both 24, by the way. What? Something's not adding up. Y'all been together for 9 years. So what? You were 14 in the. That's not adding up. Are you adding some years onto y'all relationship? You started dating your senior year in high school, and right now you're 24. You talking about you've been together for 9 years. Wouldn't that mean you were 14 in the senior year? I'm over here thinking that y'all are like 28. Girl, somebody math is wrong. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Am I the only one confused? Okay, just saying. So, I didn't really care. Hold on. So, around May or June, his coworker texted him. He did tell me about her. And since he was honest, I didn't really care because I was under the impression that he wouldn't cheat or be shady, especially after 9 years and living together. He has too much to lose. It wouldn't do such a thing. More so like he knows your ass ain't going nowhere. More like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the math is not mathing with that. They're 24 right now, and they've been dating for 9 years. Do y'all count high school relationships as exes? Not at my old age, no. But you can catch a video of me on YouTube being 20 years old or 21 years old talking about high school exes. I feel like it just depends on your age gap. If you closer to 30, you better not be considering nobody you dated as a child your ex. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, no, it's given he knows you're not going to go anywhere. So why would he lie? After a while, he started being sketchy, putting his phone down so I wouldn't see the screen, erasing messages. I really didn't want to think the worst, so I acted oblivious as to what was happening until the day I found out. We were celebrating our home anniversary, 3 years since we bought our home. Girl, y'all got a whole bunch of anniversaries and shit going on, so y'all bought a home together and y'all aren't married? You moving a little backwards, friend. I mean, like, it's done now, but damn, why are you doing? Ladies, do not do this. Let a man buy a house for you or some shit. Like, don't do this. You bought a home with him, and then you're right. Whose home is it really? Because you're not married. So whose home is that? So we bought a home, popped a bubbly, ate good, and we sat on the couch. He fell asleep after the drinks. Then I hear 2 messages come from his phone, and I'm not the one to snoop or look through phones, but something told me to look. Why did I see a message that reads, "Thanks for..." The fucking message said, "Thanks for smashing my biscuit." But y'all could fill in the blanks about what it really said. Girl, I saw red. I went off. And he said I was in a vulnerable state. It didn't mean anything. I left that night and stayed with my sister. I'm angry and I'm hurt because I was a virgin when I met him. And he is the only guy that I have slept with / been with. And he gets to smash around and have his fun while I'm over here being loyal, doing all I can to keep this relationship going. The older I get, the more I don't believe in the whole like monogamy. I just don't think monogamy is like a normal human thing. I feel like it's we was just talking about some white people shit earlier. I feel like it's a very westernized shit thing. If you go in Africa, all types of tribal communities, there are tons and tons of wives and husbands, and it's literally the term of village. Like, so I really do feel like people who stay with their high school sweetheart, there's some infidelity in there. There's no way you're just only going to have one eggplant for the rest of your life ever and not get curious of like, I wonder what, or, maybe you're like, I wonder if somebody does it another way. Like, there's no, somebody even said, if I was to marry the first person I hooked up with, I'll be miserable. And I feel like a lot of people share that sentiment, you know? Oh my gosh. No disrespect, but you did this for a bitch with 2 kids who can't keep a man. See, that's another thing where there's so much more like, and I have someone in my personal life right now who's going through this, and like, it's like, bro, when you get adult serious with someone you chose to be teenager serious with, you carry on these little toxic high school rules for relationships, when in reality, yeah, he'll probably go fuck a bitch with 1 leg and 3 teeth over you because it's new. Like, girl, it don't matter. And then he ain't nobody, man. He's not married. He's not married, bro. And I guarantee he's giving the vibe of one of those dudes that has like this whole speech about like why marriage is bullshit. Like, I guarantee you I'm clocking him right now. Because what the fuck? And then she got 2 kids. It's given she know what to do with what he got. Like, that's why I'm like, girl, I don't know what you thought you was doing with that one. But either way, talking about it's a bitch who is literally his older sister age. I'm telling you, they don't care. He would have fucked Miss Gladys if she was throwing it. I'm telling you, it don't matter. It do not matter. And you can beat that girl down all day, but I say this on this live all the time. You know that phrase, nice guys finish last? Being a woman and being quote unquote good doesn't really like get you shit. Like, you're not gonna get a gold star. You're not gonna get a trophy. Like, okay, you didn't have babies. You're waiting for him to propose to you. You went to college. You did all. Okay, somebody can just say, I don't know if y'all heard this growing up. All right, and that's what you're supposed to be doing. Regardless if you got a man or not, that's what you're supposed to be doing, right? So trying to be good for a man or a partner or whatever, you're not going to get shit. You need to do shit for yourself. Like, you got to want to do it for yourself. Like, they don't give a fuck. You think he over here like, damn, my girl don't got no kids. She got a degree. She got a whip. No. He ain't thinking about that shit. Look, you don't got kids. You need to go, bruh. You need to go and fight for your house. See if your name is even on that shit for real. See what's going on with that. So he begging me to come back, saying he's made a huge mistake and said he cut her off and that she isn't worth losing what we have. But tell me why this girl didn't get the message and keeps hitting him up. Here's another tip. No bitch is entertaining themselves by themselves, especially a bitch with 2 kids. This man is playing in your face. And I feel like you just never thought it would be him. But I also feel like because this is your first relationship, you never had an experience of just how like fucked up some of these fuck boys can be. So it's like, you're like, oh, it would never be him, when it's like, he's doing it in your face. He's doing it. Like, look. She knows about me and that we've been together for years. Naja, at this point, I'm about to ruin this bitch's life. Call CPS just to scare the bitch. Friend, we need to pump the fucking brakes. We need to pump the fucking brakes, friend. It don't matter if she knows about you because you're not his motherfucking wife. You're his girlfriend. You're his roommate. She don't care. You're not even his baby mom. So like, she can't even empathize with you on that level of like, damn, you literally risked your life for him and pushed out kid. Like, you're his girlfriend. You like, if he were to be in the hospital tomorrow in a car accident, they would not call you. They would call his mama, bro. Or that sister you were bringing up. Why the fuck would you call CPS and ruin those kids' life because their mom's sexual partner? You can't even go to court and sue him for cheating on you because that's not your husband. Like, he is the villain. And you're punishing those kids for what? I get it. You feel cross because you feel like you wasted all of your fucking time. But honestly, you're going to have to just pick that shit up and go. You're still young. You could still get something else. You're not going through anything abnormal. It happens to all of us. We've all had this happen to us. The only thing that's unfortunate with your situation is that you went full, and please don't, with love, you went full pick me. You went full, I'm about to be a wifey without getting anything. Like, you should always have little things up your sleeve. You should never give all of yourself like that. Like, man. And now you about to take it out on the kids. Talking about you about to call CPS. And then she said she used to work as a children's behavioral therapist and work close with CPS. So you a mean girl. That's fucked up, bro. Why are you doing this, bro? Why are you doing? So you know what these kids be going through, and you would do that? Okay, so let's reel it back. You really think that she's just talking to herself and that your man is not like, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if he had been cheating on you in the past and he just kind of got bored and wanted a little drama. Like, I'm not even about to hold you. Like, what do you mean? If I wanted to call CPS, I know how to go about it. And honestly, I'm this bitch. Fuck around and find out. What are you going to do when he hops on the next bitch? You're just going to be the crazy girlfriend that calls CPS on people? Who's the real homewrecker here? Because you're not married, girl. When I tell you, the fact that this is even still going on and you know that he's still hitting her up or she's still hitting him up and shit, lets me know you did not stay at your people house and we went right back to your house with him. I would have immediately told my mom, my dad, the tea. We would have immediately got lawyered up or like tried to do something when it comes to this house. I want to know, like, what did your parents say when you got a house with this man? Like, were they just like, oh yeah, you guys are going to be together forever? Like, especially in this housing market, like, what happened? No, for real. Someone was like, you need to check his phone again. Like, stay focused. No, for real. Go through them pictures. I bet you tripping. So I know they both ain't shit, but I have so much anger towards her and the fact she keeps pushing it. I'm telling you, nobody dances by themselves. I'm telling you. No, especially a woman with children. She's got 2 kids. And you think her main goal is to have your man? Your man don't even stand on business, friend. I'm sorry to tell you. Your man does not stand on business because, like, he is living for himself and then you're just convenient. He gives the type that he likes how shit looks like on the outside. And I get the vibe that you're also one of those people where it's like, I'm quote unquote, I'm better than you look. I waited. I got my degree. I've been dating the same man forever. I have never had any other eggplant inside of me. And he's never had any other. But like, I've met people like you before, but I've never met anybody that's taken it this far, this long personally. They usually break up with each other around like 22 because they're like, oh, everybody's fuck. Okay, yeah, that whole virginity thing was a lie. Oh, duh. Like, it's very, I could tell both y'all are really big on outwards appearances, but are you happy? Is he happy? Like, you guys are going to have to choose each other. I mean, yourselves, and stop choosing the unit. Because I feel like y'all have chosen the unit for so long. Like, y'all need to really be there for you, friend. So, Lord forgive me. But if this bitch wants to fuck around, I'll make her an unemployed single mother because I know people in HR as well. And I know where she works. Well, also look, if you really feel cross, go for it. Go to HR and say that these 2 people are fucking because your man's going to lose his job too. If you really feel cross about it. But that would entail holding your man accountable. And I don't think you really about that. I know you keep sprinkling like, I know it's not just... No, you don't, because you got a lot of smoke for this bitch. And I'm not even going to hold you. I ain't no homewrecker. I don't think homewrecking is great. Like, but I consider a home to be a married union. You know? Shit, I would even consider a home to be if y'all had a child together and y'all living in this home. Look. Can you imagine getting fired from her job or at least suspended and have her kids taken away. Yeah, that's some evil, sick shit. I really want to fuck up her life, but I always think about how karma and how the universe or God will handle it and give them their karma. I think for now, I'll let things fall into place because I don't really want bad energy coming my way, but the anger I can't get out of me is real. After finding out I was cheated on, I'm always angry, and I just can't seem to get past that. I just want to go back to my happy self. Any tips or advice would be greatly appreciated. You need to tell your parents the truth. You need to tell your parents the truth. It's giving, I don't want to leave, and I'm bitter. That's why you're not happy. You're bitter, and you got every right to be bitter. You have been betrayed and lied to. You've given 9 years of your life, even though your math is a little off. It's given, you gave them like 6 years. Like y'all been together for 6 years. Yeah. I wouldn't even be surprised on some Diary of a Mad Black Woman shit if those are his fucking kids. Like, bitch, I would be so terrified of him. I would be so scared of him. And you're over here trying to scare the other woman. When it's like, I would be scared of him. I would tell all my family the real tea. I would tell his family the real tea so everybody know what's going on. Because it's usually what happens with these teen relationships that bleed out into adulthood is the families are very involved. They take the kids to prom. They take the kids to graduation. They take the kids to college, and they take them to the second graduation. So y'all family has been involved this whole point, and it's given y'all care more about outwards appearances, especially you. Like I said earlier, giving a fuck is not cringy. I know you feel goofy right now, but what you're doing right now is you are adding clown makeup on your fucking face by trying to attack this lady. You're talking about putting her kids in CPS over some dick. Like, I really want you to think about that. You sound like this is the only man you've been with, so I know you think it's on some Gypsy Rose, the D is fire. Bitch, you haven't had any D in your life. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on, and you're about to ruin these 2 innocent kids' life for no reason. Like, why are you doing that? The anger, right, the anger in you is for that man. I don't know. Look, I don't know what the hell. I really don't. The longer you say, the longer you're just going to be mad. You need to let somebody else know what's going on that's like older, because you don't have any experience with this. You don't. But I bet you your mama, your auntie, his mama, I bet you they do. You need to be real with them and stop keeping this. And I bet you other stuff has happened over the years that you keep hold to your chest too. Because I would have been snitching so hard, like, this man cheated on me, I can't believe it. Because everyone's going to be like, damn, we all wasted 10 years of our lives waiting on y'all to get married and start a family, and you do this. I really feel like you need to talk to somebody. Whoever the fuck you talk to get that damn house or get advice on if you should buy a house with him, you need to talk to them. You need to talk to somebody. This is not the answer, because nobody entertains themselves. Another thing, not saying there's like levels of desirability, not trying to be on no Kevin Samuel shit. It's just I brought them both up, so I'm making little jokes. This lady got 2 kids. Okay. And you over here talking shit. She got 2 kids. If any man is still trying to talk to the bit with 2 kids, like, I'm telling you, she don't got the time. I'm telling you, if you do find their messages one day, it's going to be mainly him hitting her up. Hey, are you free? Like, what's your schedule? Like, it's not what you think, bro. Please don't crash out over this. Don't ruin no innocent kids' lives over this. But I bet you if you do want them to, like, go to his job, and you're going to have to get him in trouble too. You have to hold him accountable. And if you stay in this, you can't lash out at other people. If you decide to stay in this, that's your grown ass decision. Suffer in silence. Don't be fucking, like, don't do that. Jeffrin, I don't know. Talking about karma. Yeah, you got to be careful. The best karma would be to leave him alone and let them go be with each other. Because he don't got 1 kid. He can't raise no fucking kids. See, they probably have really good hookups and stuff. But when it comes to the real life, like folding them fucking clothes, cleaning the house, all that shit. He ain't gonna want to do that. So yeah, that'd be the biggest karma. Just waiting for it to go ahead and fall off. Because look, I don't care how much time you've been together. You need to look up this chart online. This is you as a baby. This is you as a kid. This is you as a teen. This is you in college. This is how much y'all been together, right? This is how much of your fucking life you have left. You're 24 now. You're going to be 34 one day. You're going to be 44 one day. You're going to be 54 one day. That's 3 decades. Are you going to waste another decade on somebody who is giving out community D? Thank you. 9 years, no ring, and then he cheats. It's done. Like, it's over with, friend. I would really lean on your family at this time, because I know they're going to feel the secondhand embarrassment if you decide to stick this out, if you tell them what's really going on. You talking about I would hook up with someone in the house. See, look, that's the thing. She's not hard-bodied like that because this is her only relationship. That's some shit that, like when you really want to, no, she not like that yet. This is the man of her dreams. This is him. This is Timothy to her. So it's that she can't do stuff like that. If she were to do something like that, she would end up crying on the floor, ashamed of herself. Like, no, no. It's time to go and take care of yourself. Gather around community, immerse in your family, and just really lean on them, because he did you dirty. He disrespected y'all, and he's just shown time and time and time again that he does not want to commit. He just wants all of the perks. And if y'all would have been married, you would have been able to get some perks off of him doing this bullshit. So I don't know, y'all. Give her some advice. Give her some last time. When the virgin doing a PhD in a sexuality hates when men show an interest in you. Okay. That's the whole story right there. The next one is my privileged best friend just does not get it. The next one is sought after as a unicorn by my crazy coworker. I didn't read that last part. Your coworker? This one has receipts, by the way. And then the last one, my rat ass coworker. Damn, so the coworker's just not getting no love today. My rat ass coworker and human traffickers at work. Oh, where do you work at? Okay, how are you guys snitches at the job and y'all doing like heavy crime? Shit. I would have snitched too. Like, oh my gosh. Oh, okay, my bad. I'm over here skimming over this email because they sent me 2 different versions of the story. So okay, I was getting a little bit confused. She was like, I said too many details. No, it's fine. I would prefer you didn't say a lot of details. So I'm gonna get into the first story. When the virgin doing a PhD in sexuality. So let's break that down. This person is somebody who's never been intimate, getting a doctorate in sexuality, and is hating on another woman because men are finding this other woman attractive. I'm just trying to keep up. This is a very fancy title, so I'm just trying to keep up. But all right, let's see. Let's get into it. So, hey, Naja, I am a big fan of the channel. Thank you so much. I have been watching you for at least 6 years. OMG. Thank you so much for the long time support. I really appreciate it. 6 years, that's pretty much the whole time I've been doing this. So you've seen me from day one. So this is crazy. I've sent in stories in the past with my old email, but I have no idea what I called myself back then. My big three is an Aquarius sun, Libra rising, and Libra moon. So shout out to all my Aquas and my Libras. Okay. Shout out to any air signs, period. So I am 25 years old and I think the other person is 23. I know. Allow me. I'm bad at math. I mean, hey, it's all good. You could be 25 and she could be 23. That's cool. So my story is about a friendship I had at university. You know those ones where you look back and think, what the hell was that about? I will call her Green because it's a play on her name and also the green eyes of envy. Oh, wow. Okay. So I made friends with this girl through my roommate who I lived with in my first year of university. And this roommate I was no longer talking to, but moved away and out of the friend group years later. I met Green and another friend at a very small party, and we just ended up being friends from there. So fast forward to a year later, I had issues with this guy stalking me. Oh my God. Long story short, he was showing up to all my little student meetings and everything, and he would just be there staring at me for 4 hours. He was friends with people in charge, and I was embarrassed about what happened with us, so I didn't say anything at first. Wait a minute. So you didn't want to say anything that happened with y'all. When you revised this story, you probably left out a key part because you hooked up with the stalker. So you hooked up with him and now he's stalking you. Is that what happened? Because she said he's friends with people in charge and I'm embarrassed about what happened with us. What happened with y'all? See, you keeping secrets, friend. What's going on? So when it was all still fresh, I wasn't sure what was going on. I remember mentioning to my friends, I slept with a guy and now he keeps staring at me. Green said, maybe you were just good in bed. And this is the girl that's going to get the doctorates in sexuality and stuff. Because the degree can't be all about smashing. There has to be something about like consent and communication and like, why would you even say that? This is the first offhanded remark she made regarding my sexuality. At the time, I just took it as an insensitive joke, but I kept the tab. Fast forward another nearly 2 years during COVID, I was going through the reporting process with this guy after further violence. Oh my gosh. So he was like stalking, like, geez. I was coming out of denial and you know that what had happened with him was violent and just not consensual. I went around to Green's house and she was having issues with her current roommate, the same friend I met the same time as her. The two of them got really close and had been living together for about 2 years. Their issues were causing problems in our pretty much the friend group because when we'd be out, they would start fighting. Both of them took turns being nasty to each other, but Green's main issue seemed to always be about how the other friend was with men. That's weird. So is she like a lesbian or is she a pick-me? I'm not really clocking what's going on. So Green told me that our other friend had come out as non-binary, something I had only ever heard from another friend, you know, and I already felt low-key upset about. Why'd you feel upset? I just told her I knew, and she said she didn't think I knew because they only told their main friends. Oh, that's why you were upset. Why? This girl just seems very messy. Like, I don't know. These would just be one of those friends that I would just like, I could see, well, y'all already do this. I was about to say, this is one of those friends where like you want to throw a party or something and make it look more thick than it really, you know, you invite one of these type of people because it's like you could only take so much of them. Because why is it always negative? I don't know. y'all said she's not getting it. No, she is. She's actively getting a doctorate. They're all in school while this is happening, living off campus. So yeah, it's not a play on words. Like, this girl is actually, yeah. So, as someone who was isolated during the pandemic and was dealing with all of these reports on my own, this was really a kick in the teeth. Why? So I also told her, okay, so is it just because she said that you're not their main friend? Is that why it felt like it hurt? So after that, I told her I realized that the guy from before had assaulted me and that I was reporting him. And she said, well, the thing that happened to me when I was younger, referring to a childhood event that she went through, then she just started to rant about the other friend. No comfort, no nothing. I went home and just had a panic attack, which I used to have a ton of back then. I put it down to the stress of COVID after just not being in a place to be a friend, and I realized I was too forgiving. So let's unpack all that. Basically, you have a friend group, okay? And for some reason, this one person in the group, you and them aren't really like clicking like that. Like, I don't know, bruh. I would kind of just have to like fall back. So you said that you were by yourself during COVID. So obviously you didn't really lean on this friend group. A lot of people had to regroup after COVID and figure out who the hell they were talking to. Like, or who they were really associating with and like what they really cared about, who they were interested, like, you know, she just seems very, in her own head, you know, she just seems very like in her own lane and not really being considerate or empathetic. And, she's not doing anything like malicious towards you. This is one of those things where you just kind of like have to silently walk away. And it's like, yeah, you're not really doing it for me right now. Like, I need a little bit more support and vulnerability, and you're not giving that. So I'm just gonna back off. Like, So another year goes by. Green and I don't speak too much, but we do get back more in contact. Oh my God. When the world starts opening up again. I didn't date for a year after my assault. Oh my gosh. Did you report him? She said she didn't even like hook up with anybody 2 years later. I hope, like, did you report him? Like, what happened with him? So by this time, I had traveled the world a bit. Oh, okay. And I dated a few men. All right, good for you putting yourself back out there after like that terrible thing happened and then nobody gave a fuck. Like, geez. So there was one guy I saw for a while and we would spend a lot of time together. So one day I went to Green's house. She was having issues with her roommate and said that maybe they needed to get laid. A strange comment for a virgin to make. It's really not, because like when you're not doing something and you don't know what is going on, you're going to hyper focus and obsess. I think she even got this whole PhD in sexual thing to just like get off mentally. Like, because there's a whole bunch of careers in sex and like sex work and stuff like that. And like, technically this would be one of them. What, she's going to be like a sex therapist? Like, you know, however, me personally, that's like going, let me know if y'all feel the same way. That's like going to a marriage counselor who's never been married. Like, but you study the ways of the relationship, you know? Like, I would be like, no, friend, I'm gonna need you to have some firsthand experience. Like, what do you mean? But yeah, being a virgin, I could see her hyper focusing, especially being an adult virgin. I don't know what's going on. But I told her that I was surprised this guy, the dating situation had lasted this long, and I actually enjoyed spending time with this guy. So she was perfectly normal about it. I mentioned that I'd met his mom and was feeling her out, and she asked if he was white, and I said, What's up, everybody? Just getting in here. But she's talking about, is he white? Girl, shut up. You need to worry about them bucks. Stop being in my business. She's talking about, is he white? And I said, yes. I said I didn't get any noticeable reaction from his mom that implied me seeing her son is an issue. And for those of y'all, I mean, y'all wouldn't know because y'all can't see. But my girl is a black woman. She has hair braiding, African hair braid extensions, all this shit. Like, she is very much herself. So for this person to be like, are you dating a white man? It's like, girl, you acting like I'm walking around here with stiff wig, soft life. Like, chill, girl. Like, damn. If anything, like, be glad I'm putting myself out there. So the family doesn't seem to have a problem that they're in an interracial relationship. And she said that's good because a lot of white women don't like it when they feel they're not the center of attention. Trust me, I'm a white woman, and this is what white women are like. And again, I understand this is an educated this is an educated woman. She's getting her doctorate. This is not a dummy. My thing is this. Yes, all white people do have internalized racism they have to work out if you live in America. That's true because it's little weird subconscious things that all of us have been, the propaganda, all that shit, right? However, to generalize like that is crazy. I know a lot of white women who are empathetic. I know a lot of white women who understand that by them crying in a situation is taken away from the conversation. Like, we're getting there, This was some insecure shit. This is like, well, if it was me and my son brought home a black girl, I would have something to say. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting. I don't know about her. I wouldn't even feel safe in that house. Oh, she's talking about wait for it. There's more. Hold on. So months are going by and I'm still dating this white man. I'm about to leave to study in Japan. Yes, my girl is traveling. Like, what are you talking about? So, because I had to go to Japan, I didn't really have any interest in the man seriously. I just enjoyed his company. Girl, you said, look, I'm not trying to choose love. I'm trying to choose experience, bitch. I'm trying to see some things, and I don't blame you. She said he would take me out everywhere, buy me things, be very attentive in bed, etc. But I knew it was just compensation for a shit personality that would eventually reveal itself. What do you mean? Like, so you think he's just faking the funk until something bad happens? Like, I think that just might be from your past trauma of just like not fully trusting. That's what I think it is because, I mean, you're not wrong. Some people do switch up. Some men do switch up out of fucking nowhere. But it's like, y'all are still in the honeymoon phase for real. I don't know. But she's like, look, I feel like I'm not stupid. I know he might switch up. I had my fun. And one night the man and I went out drinking. He drank too much and told me he loved me. So I panicked and drunk message Green. I drunk message Green. Like, he just told me he loves me and I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And I can't remember her response, but this is important. Another time, it was one of our friend's birthday. I'll call the other friend Wales because he's Welsh. But everyone eventually left the city. So now there's only 3 of us from that friend group. I was about to ask, why do you keep leaning so much on Green? Isn't there more people in this friend group? But you just answered my question. Okay. So another friend had recently came out as trans. Okay. And came back for the party. And it was my first time seeing them in over a year. We weren't really close, but I did like her and was happy to catch up. So Wales had his girlfriend and that friend and 2 other. Okay, now there's too many friends, friend. So it's a party. There's a lot of people. Green decided to start asking me personal questions, which I would have been fine talking about in the company of Wales, his girlfriend, and the other friend, since I knew them, but not these 2 new people that they invited. So things about how he said he loved me and other things I can't remember, but there was a catty and jealous tone. Wales and his girlfriend were in the kitchen at the time, and the visiting friend hadn't arrived yet. And the other two friends were just politely listening, but were clearly confused. Then Green started ranting about how Wales had slept with the non-binary friend in the past. And what the hell is she doing this for? Is there like alcohol involved? Like, I'm confused. Like, why is she... And just to catch anybody up, because I know that was a little bit of a jumble. They threw a party. There's some new people in there, right? That are like friends of a friend, because the friend group dwindled. New partners, new relationships. And Green's way of getting close with these new people is like, oh, let me catch you up on all the dirt from our freshman year in college. Like, girl, chill. Like, we're about to make new memories with new friends. And then the fact that you aired out like 3 people. No, seriously, Green is green as fuck. Like, that's not cool. Green went on a couple dates with a guy who didn't want to see her anymore. And this is the first time she's ever dated or kissed anyone. Is she like how did she get into this degree program? Like, is she like, what was she in? Like, did she go to like Catholic school or like a Christian academy or something? Like, was it religious as to why she's so, I don't even know the word for it. Inexperienced? I don't know. So she started ranting about her ex to the 2 other friends. That ain't her ex. Yo, this girl is a little off her rocker, bro. That ain't her ex. You can't go out on a date and then that's your ex. She never referred to this man as her ex before, and it was only a couple dates. Mind you, I love a drunk rant, but we hadn't even started drinking yet. That's what I'm saying. Are y'all drinking? Like, what is going on? The final time I see this girl, Wales, Green, and I are out at our favorite student pub, and we're trying to convince one of our other friends who'd been struggling with personal issues to join us, and I arrive. Wales asked me what I've been up to when I get there, and I say I was with the guy I've been seeing, and he just dropped me off, and I had a big smile on my face. Green gives me this intense, dirty look that I just respond back to with a bigger smile. I know that's right, bitch. You got me fucked up. Like, okay. So I bump into one of my attractive former roommates at the bar. Okay. And he gives me a standard kiss on the cheek. And I go back to my table and mention how he had a little crush on me back when we lived together. And I got a kick out of asking him to zip up this dress one time. Girl. Green just looked at me with a mocking expression and kept elbowing Wales as if I was saying something stupid and she wanted him to see, and Wales just sat there looking awkward. So, I don't know if y'all are still friends, if you and Wales are still friends, but like, I hope Wales knows that she be talking about him to somebody, because, and it's probably the non-binary friend you guys shared, because it's given she be talking shit about you to Wales, and now she's trying to be like, see that shit I was talking? And when y'all went to dinner that night and got drunk and she was airing all that shit out, I feel like she was just like, fuck it. This girl's messy. This girl is messy as hell. What the fuck? Yes, and Wales does have a partner. That's why I'm like, yeah, she is, bro. That's so funny. She is one of them. My boyfriend goes to the other school in another county. Yeah, he's probably gonna pick me up. Like, girl. So the Kendrick album just dropped, and I made a joke about how I would listen to the album when I was in bed with the white guy I was dating, and how I think he missed the commentary about the interracial relations because he just nonchalantly said, this album sounds really good. I'm not even gonna get into like the layers of those sentences. Where's Dr. Umar? You cannot be pro-black. So now I made a joke. She continued to make little remarks about interracial dating. At some point, I bring up a date I went on in a place. Let's just say that. and she reacted a date. How did you manage that? And I realized the whole time we'd been friends, I hadn't really told her about my dating life. And we normally met at each other's houses, and she just assumed because I'm big and black, I don't get no attention because she's big and white and doesn't get any attention. Friend. So is she like a femcel? Because I thought it was religious. So she's a femcel. Talking about how do you manage that? No, for real. Like, excuse you, bitch. Watch your fucking mouth. So she's a femcel. Like, you cleared her. So is that what's going on? Where she just assumes that the romantic world is just like fucked, and now she has to go and just learn as much as she can to like, no, she ain't a fire sign, she's an Aquarius. That's why that just ate her ass the fuck up. Just like an air sign would. You know what, I'm not gonna tell you ugly, you know, because you know you ugly. We just gonna read you good old fashioned read. Wow. Talking about just because you feel like shit don't mean that like that don't got shit to do with me, Miss Ma'am. Wow. You read. You cleared. She said I'm big, but I'm not ugly, bitch. You got me fucked up. Got me so fucked up. The fact that I'm pretty, period, sociable, generally well liked. No, I was saying because I saw your picture in the last stream and I thought you were the person getting the sex degree because you look like business, but like, you know how Madonna back in the day did the business sexy? Like, I can't explain it. Like the ScarJo glasses. Like, you got to watch out for a bitch with them little, you already know they about to steal your man. You better, them Corinne Steffens, them readers. Yep. I saw your picture yesterday when I skimmed on your thing, on your story. And I was like, yes, she is serving. Corporate cutie. Like, what are you talking about? So she said, I am pretty, sociable, and generally well liked and I'm very active on campus too. I have a lot of friends, and this friend group was just one that I was particularly close to. Maybe she should have taken her white ass to another school instead and find her own man. So the other friend finally arrived. I caught her giving me a dirty look the whole time we were talking. I just carried on ignoring her and enjoying the catch up. We spoke about what is that called? Not JoJo's Circus. What is the fucking animal? The anime. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And she was doing mock JoJo poses, and I could just see her seething. Why are you mad, bitch? Like, what the fuck? The last time I saw Wales, I asked if she'd ever met those two who were at his party, and he said he hadn't. He said he was pissed at her behavior because she just kept bringing up the freaking past and mentioning the way I mentioned the way she acted last time. I saw her makes me want to call her out on her shit. And he thought by not engaging when she went on her rants that she would change the subject, but it just wasn't working anymore. Especially when she would rant about friends who weren't even in the damn city or in much contact with her. She had nothing else to talk about than other people's sex lives and acted like she was on some moral high ground. Wales said that it doesn't excuse her behavior, and she's been going through a lot with her being tested for a mental illness. Let's just say that. JoJo Circus, the anime, is crazy. Could y'all imagine? I used to love JoJo Circus. Like, I used to be up at like 4 a.m. watching that shit. JoJo Circus, the anime. Somebody do a sketch right now. If you need a art prompt, JoJo Circus, the anime. So, speaking of anime in Japan, so when our girl left for Japan, I realized I couldn't be bothered with her, and I just blocked her on everything. At some point, I was talking with one of my new friends a few months later, and I brought up the situation. When I heard myself say she was a virgin who had just started doing a PhD in sexual studies, who hates whenever her female friends get laid, I realized that I wasted energy on this friendship because realistically, why the hell would somebody choose to study sex so intensely despite not getting any and not wanting other people to get any? A bachelor is one thing, but a PhD, it gives voyeurism. That's why I be ignoring these sexuality gurus, period. Because it's like, if you not having your toes curling every night, I'm not listening to you. Like, what the fuck? When we met, she was just an English student. I had sympathy back then for her, but it's her past. When I was essayed during the friendship, she had zero sympathy. She liked hearing when men were violent and creepy towards me, but God forbid a man likes me. When I got over my trauma, she hated it. I posted a LinkedIn after I graduated from my university in Japan. Congrats. That is what's up. Tell me why this girl comments about how she's proud of me. And I said thank you and blocked her. Girl. I just love being an air sign, bro, because it's just like, I'm not gonna hide from you. You get what I'm saying? But I'm gonna block you because, like, thanks for the compliment, thanks for the positive energy. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Bye. Like, so I also don't speak to whales anymore. Because if Green was so brave to act like that last time we met, imagine what she says about me to him when I'm not there. And that's exactly what I said earlier. I already knew she was talking shit with that whole elbow nudging and all that. So good for you. I mean, Wells does seem like, I wouldn't say an innocent bystander, but a bystander nonetheless. And just standing by while some fuck shit happens, you might as well be doing fuck shit too. So I don't blame you. I also realized that a lot of the time I heard things about what was going on with him from Green and not from Wales himself. Even though we hung out one-on-one a lot. He also bailed on me for my going away dinner and asked if Green could come. No. And I said no. I just threw away the whole friendship group because you know what? Fuck it. My newer friends showed up and we went clubbing. I know that's right. So I attached a photo of me in my Valentine's get up. Imagine befriending someone who looks like this and being surprised she gets attention, period. I refuse to make friends with bigger white women because they will always end up like this. And she was the last one and I am done. Thanks, Naja. I hope this isn't too long. Well, shout out to all my white big girls, you know. Damn. Yes, Blazer. I'm sorry. I just love it. I don't even see. That's the thing. Like when your face card don't decline, and that's why I feel bad for Green, because I'm sure all she needed was to just, you know, do a little makeup, maybe get her style together, you know. Because girl, you're popping. That's crazy. Oh, hold on, y'all. We got an update. We have a little update. So, hey Naja, I hope you and the tribe enjoyed the holidays. I've had some pretty eventful weeks, but mostly unrelated to my previous saga. But here's an update on my story. So Green and I still have not spoken. Good. There's no reason to. We have not spoken since that time at the bar when she was, you know, being shady in front of Wales. I haven't spoke to Wales since that time. I drunk messaged him when I met someone who was from a near town to his. And I've not heard from him since coming back to my home country. I graduated last week. Congratulations. And posted a graduation photo on Insta. I had old friends, family, and acquaintances, even people I had met in the club only once. Bruh, those are my favorite people that follow me on Instagram, bro. I have people that are on my Instagram right now that I met in like all them little story times when I was younger and I told you I was running the streets and shit. Yeah, I still got those people that have met me when I was like fucking 17. Bruh, still be... And I'm sure now they're like, wait a minute, if you're turning this age, then how the fuck old were you when I met, like, bruh? So I get it. They said everybody was messaging her, but nothing from Wales or the others from that friend group, not even a like. And then you blocked Green, so obviously they wouldn't. So I haven't blocked him, but I will when I feel ready. Imagine, I used to spend my holidays with these people. That's how it be. That's how it is. It's crazy. I was out celebrating with my sports team at the same bar again, and who do I see? I see Green, and she's with a girl I've never met before, to my knowledge. I'm sitting between two long tables celebrating Christmas dinner, and she is like adjacent. She notices me and looks at me when I walk to go to the bathroom, and I ignore her. I moved seats at some point in the night to one where I was somewhat facing her. Girls, stop. Oh my gosh. And she kept looking over, but I just pretended she didn't exist. She can't act the way she did, not even apologize, post a measly congratulations on my LinkedIn a year later, and then sit there looking guilty when I pretend she doesn't exist. She knows exactly what the fuck she's done, and she's had months to apologize. And when I still gave a fuck about the friendship. It irritates me because she's not the only ghost from Christmas past who's commented on my LinkedIn. And they didn't try me. Always wanted to somehow get a taste of my success, but that's reserved for friends and one she is not. It hurts when you've done nothing wrong in the situation, but everyone wanted the happy big black girl who they thought had no boundaries and self-respect. I never had loose boundaries or a lack of male attention when we all met. So it's really offensive to me that they assumed that on me and put that on me. I was about to say it's given like she's projecting on you what she thinks you deserve and how she thinks the world should treat you, and that, oh yeah, this will be an easy friend to have because my insecurities won't get triggered and I won't feel threatened. Like I completely see where you're coming from, and I agree. I think she was coming at you like that. She said 2024 shall be blessed for us all. I know that's right. I have my mood board, my resolution list. Yes, ma'am. I don't want to wait for the new year, though, so I've already started incorporating things into my daily life. I know that's right. Just hoping the habits will be solidified by the time the year changes. Enjoy the winter season, tribe. Thank you so much for sending this in. This was wild. I did not expect it to go to this. I really wish I knew why, though. Like, why? So you said it's about morality complex. So is she just like one of those pick-me's, like from the earlier story where it was just like, oh, like I am just so holier than thou and modest, and I'm not intimate with people, so that makes me better than people. Like, is that what was going on? Or is she like on some femcel shit where it's like, I'm trying to put out there, but nobody's catching, and it's the world's fault, and look at all y'all being sluts? Or did she come from like a religious background where it's like, I need to date to marry and then have, relations? But it's just so odd that somebody who is just very adamant about keeping their virginity intact, which is like a really dumb concept, but isn't more vocal about their villain origin story. Like, what is it, girl? So I guess that's the only thing I would like to know. If you feel like sending in another update, just explaining like, what was her tea? Like, what was her tea? I don't know. But I do agree, 2024 is feeling real good. I don't know why. I just really feel like this is about to be a good year. I just have like this euphoria already. I don't know. I was really, really tired after Christmas. And then boom, like I really don't know what happened. I really don't. But thank you so much for sending your story. I'm so proud of you. You have overcome so much stuff. You've mastered so many things. You've reached so many goals. Like, I can't wait to see what 2024 has in store to you. And send us an update if you feel like it. Because I know y'all laughing in the chat. I'm serious. I want to know her villain origin story. Like, what made her be like that? But speaking of friend drama, let's get to this next story. My privileged best friend just doesn't get it. And this story is short. Just don't get it. So, hey Naja, I hope you are doing well. I am. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well too. By the time you hear this. I have written in a few times about this Leo man that ghosted me. and my best friend of 11 years that I had to call the police on, and a racist gay white boy, aka the Green Giant. Okay, I remember that one. I remember the Green Giant. Okay. All right. So I'm writing in today because I don't know how to bluntly explain to my best friend why I cannot do stuff with her. I don't come from a low income family. However, I come from a very financially abusive Black single mother household where I don't have money that my parents put into a savings or assets. My mom makes pretty good money, but if I want something, I have to fund it fully by myself. I cannot ask anyone for help. I am 23, almost 24, and the majority of my friends are also the same age. Y'all not about to like what I'm about to say. Y'all not about to like what I'm about to say. The economy's fucked up. I get it, bro. It's not the same as when I was fucking 23 and 21. Like, I get it. And I'm only 27. The economy went to shit in a very short amount of time. So I get it. However, I would thought you were going to say you was like 19 or 20. I really thought you was about to say 19 or 20. When you was like, I need to explain to my friends why I can't do stuff with them because my mom don't got no money. I would tell your friends, bro, we're all grown. Like, do you have a job? Like, and if you don't, do your friends not know you don't have a fucking job? Like, or maybe you do have a job and you're saving towards getting the fuck out your mom's house. I would just say to them, like, look, I'm saving up to actually, like, get the fuck out of here. Not to go to the damn movies to see the Barbie movie or go to, you know. That's all I don't know. I be trying to like empathize because of the economy and shit, but like my brother is your age and like I'm not trying to be on no boomer shit being like your generation's lazy. Like, I'm not trying to do that, but I am noticing y'all are like using the perks of still being at home and y'all are kind of dragging on that adolescent period a little bit longer and being on some like, mommy, I need some money. Mommy, I need some money. And it's like, you need to go work for some money. You legally can go and make some money. And if you're not paying rent, you know, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. That's why I'm like, y'all probably not going to like what I'm about to say because I'm probably a little bit biased. Y'all said I'm 23 and I live with my mom, but I'm working and my mom don't give me shit. Well, T. Because that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not abnormal to be still living with your people in your early, mid 20s. Shit. But what's not cool is, like y'all said, you trying to do adult activities and shit. We're not asking mommy for money, you know. And if you do got a job and they not making you pay rent, that's awesome. But I did peep. They said that it's an abusive household. So, like, what's going on with that? Are they taking your money? Are they forcing you to pay rent on, like, a little room? Like, what's tea? So, they're almost 24 years old. And the majority of their friends are the same age, 23, 24. I'm a year and a half out of college, and I'm about to start grad school as well. Okay, so you have been living on your own for some time outside of your house, and this is why even before the economy went to shit, they call it post-grad depression, because living in college is like a simulation of real life. You don't really, you have to pay rent on your dorm, but it's like tuition expense. You don't have to worry about month-to-month rent. The water will always fucking run. It'll always be cold or hot if you need it to be. You're in a communal space. Everything can be walked to. Everything is in your immediate area. And in reality, we are in corporate overlord-run capitalist hellscape America where you need a car to get everywhere. And if you are in a city with public transportation, it's like a major fucking city. Like, it's not, you know, I can't explain it. It's not as, I wouldn't say easy, because you do learn, like, okay, if you don't wash your ass, you're going to stink and your roommate might beat you up. Like, if you don't do your laundry, you're going to stink and you're going to get bullied. Like, if you don't clean your dish, you're not going to have any clean dishes to eat off of. Like, you do learn that stuff. But as for, like, the real, like, that's why people get depressed. And then actually getting the job with the degree takes time too. Like, so that's where they're at. They have been out of college for about a year and they're about to start grad school. So that's why they're living with their mom. So I'm not even in a career yet, let alone a job that even pays well. On top of that, I just started working retail about a month ago after being unemployed for 3 months. That's just to put in the perspective of where I'm at financially, especially in this economy. So you're just going back to school. You're just going back to your mom's house and all of your homies are like, hey, let's keep these good vibes going, like how we used to when you was on campus, or like how we used to when you were in high school and you had no fucking priority. Question, what do they want you to do? Like, what are these activities that they want you to do? Tell me, I want to explain to my best friend why I can't do stuff with her. Like, what does she want you to do? Are we going to get to that? So one of my best friends has a family that is well off and supportive of her financially. She is also a black girl. I just felt like that was important to mention, okay? She's explained to me how frustrating it is that none of her friends are able to travel with her for her birthday or do the stuff that she likes to do. Girl, you're going to have to start funding people's trip. That's the only way it works. That's the point. You're the rich friend. If you're not going, usually what people in their bracket do, if their parents are not like fraternized or in a sorority or whatever, or in some type of lodge, I don't fucking know. What they'll do is when you go on these vacations and you go to these resorts, you start seeing a pattern of people that reoccur there that are in your tax bracket. You make friends with those fucking people if you want them to be able to keep up with you and your not even you, keep up with your family's finances, excuse me. Yeah, girl, you're gonna have to fund the trip. Like, no, for real, I see y'all in the chat like, this girl is weird. My friends eat what I eat. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I really, really, really wanted your presence there that bad, I will spot your way. As long as it isn't on no, like, you were pump faking, like you were always gonna go, or like you had the money, then the last minute, I don't got it. Nah, let's just be real with each other. You don't got it. I really want you there. I'm gonna invite you. There are tons of people in friend groups who are that person where it's like, you're the life of the party. Because you don't work. Because you don't gotta fucking... I bet life is great for you. Like, yeah, come on down. Like, I don't know. She explained to me how frustrating it is that none of her friends are able to travel with her for her birthday or do stuff she likes to do. She wants to go on a cruise and the tickets are almost $700. She explained that she gets that she can't take stuff like that personally, but she gets tired of always being understanding where people are at. I love her to death, but that is some of the most privileged shit she has said and low-key makes me upset. Nah, deadass, people don't just got $700 laying around, because what she doesn't realize is you have to get $700 of free play money on top of the money you need to stay living. Like, talking about tired of being understanding. We tired of being broke, bitch. Like, open your purse. The fuck? You can't even get somebody on a payment plan. Like, okay, I know my birthday is in June. So maybe in July of the same year, like my birthday's in June, after my birthday passes in July, I let all my friends know, hey, I'm already planning next year. Like, let's save up and do this right. Because in that case, you could be putting like $20 a month to the side. Or, you could figure something out. That's all I'm saying. Let people have the opportunity to figure it out, because you need to... That's why the privilege shit comes in, because you're not thinking of anybody else's POV but your own. Because, like, what do you mean? 700, and yes, the 700 does turn into 2,500 real quick, because you're on a cruise. I don't know how to tell her in a blunt way that we are not in the same economy her parents were during their 20s, and that she is also privileged as fuck. Nah, just say straight up, like, bro, we're in different tax brackets. And my mom is not trying to pay for my shit. It's that simple. It's that simple. When I tell you I had to have these, I don't know about y'all in the chat, I had to have these conversations with motherfuckers when I was a minor. Like, yeah, I got a single parent. She not paying for that. So I guess I'm just not going. And you know what happened? People would pay my fucking way because they wanted my ass there. I'm over here 16, 17. I'm like, bro, yeah, my mom's not doing that. Y'all want to go to what was it? Oh, Jenny Springs and like all of that little shit. Like you graduate in Florida, you go to like the Springs, you get fucked up and shit. I was like, yeah. I didn't get my first car until I graduated type shit. And it was like they were saving this money since I was in middle school. Like, trust me, I get you. You just got to be blunt about it. You just got to be blunt. And it's just like, girl, are you going to pay for it? If not, then shut the fuck up. There's a reason why they say money does buy happiness. Wouldn't you be happy if your friends were there? So pay up. Like, what the fuck? So I don't want to keep reminding her that she has stated, because she says she knows this. So I'm not trying to keep bringing it up over and over. She also has 2 jobs and is in school. So my good sis is trying to get it out the mud herself too. In the same breath, I just get tired of always being asked to travel or the idea brought up. Okay, so you got 2 jobs. Put me on. Put me on so we can make the same amount of money. Bro, I don't know about you. I don't know if it's changed, but like when I was younger, my group of friends, we used to put each other on, bro. Like, oh, you got a little job. Yeah, we used to be getting fucked up and all that shit, you know, smoke a little weed. But when it came to the weekdays, yeah, bro, we about to, Subway hiring. Oh, the pizza spot hiring. Yeah, bro, I work here. I make this amount an hour. Oh, let me get you. Bro, you know how many people I got jobs at Ratchet Court, bro? That's just how, I don't know. I feel like when you fuck with somebody, you eat with them, you break bread. Like, I don't own Ratchet Court. It's not gonna hurt me. Like, it ain't gonna hurt me to fucking, I don't know, bro. I don't know. What y'all say? I said the Twitch ass talking about switch to progressive. Fuck progressive, bro. That shit is a scam, bro. Progressive is a motherfucking scam, bro. Bruh, don't do it. Flow is not real. But yeah, bruh, I don't know. This is crazy. So she always asking me, you know, if we get in a hotel in another city when I don't have it like that. And I get tired of always having to say I just don't have it like that, despite really wanting to go. I love my best friend and my other friends too, but a lot of them are privileged to some degree, and they don't always understand my perspective, which is so frustrating. How do I tell these people they are privileged as fuck without being an a-hole about it? So, like I said, bro, I would just ask them straight up, put me on. Put me on. And if they say something like, oh, well, I can't because I got this job because somebody knows somebody, privilege. Then you can say, oh, so you have a privilege. So you're basically on some Nepo shit. Bet. Okay. Sucks you couldn't do that for me. That's the whole point of building business connections. That's the whole point of going to college, is to build business connections. So when I'm broke as shit and I can't afford to go to tell them with y'all, you could tell me, oh, this place is hiring. This place is hiring. I can't even tell you how many older people are in my life that do that. Because this economy is so fucked up. They got degrees and all types of shit. They still can't find work and they're old. Hey, I'm calling my frat brother. Like, do you have any work? You got any such and such? I don't know. I feel like if they gatekeep how they make their money, something's up. Because you can't beat them, join them. Bitch, I want to go on the trips too. What are y'all doing for work? They hiring? Like, damn, and don't let it be a work from home gig, bitch, because I'll be working while we're on the beach. Like, let's go. That's my thing. I'm not saying, like, I'm not trying to digress and be on that whole 2010s culture of, like, if we're not making money together, this ain't even worth it type shit. Like, I'm not trying to hang out with no broke people. I need IG baddie friends. I'm not trying to go down that and regress and go down that. What I'm saying is birds of a feather flock together. And if all these other girls in your friend group are able to keep up with that one friend, like, something's missing. They can't all be like, and you the Cinderella ugly duckling. Like, something's going on here. Because it's just don't make no sense to me. Like, why are they gatekeeping the money, but they want you to come on the trip? It's given they're trying to lower the price, but then they talking about they don't need to lower the price. Like, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Someone got you on, put me on. Like, especially if it's like a legit job with like a payroll and like schedule, like put me on, girl. This is a guaranteed check. And you got 2 jobs. And so if you got 2 jobs, I know you're not there full time for both. So I know there's another shift that I could pop my little ass in there. Look, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I don't think that the confrontation should be on some, you guys are privileged. I would just be like, hey, bro, can y'all put me on? Because, like, how come everybody else is able to stack up and shit? I'm not. Like, what are y'all hiring? Like, can you look out for me for when you are hiring? Like, that's really all you can do. Because that solves everybody's problem, allegedly. It solves your friend's problem of not ever being able to have people. And, like, shoot. And I know it might not be with your degree, but still, you need to start going up the pay ladder so that when you do get a job, you can request more. Like, you got to get started somewhere. That little retail shit ain't go even, that's just paying your phone bill and stuff, I'm sure. Like, yeah, I would just ask them straight up, how are we making this money? How are we making this money? You said, okay, the person's in the chat. The girl is a teacher and also a coach for sports. So she did use her degree. Ooh, no, not no. Oh, now it's making sense. So she's a teacher and a coach for sports. That means that she has guaranteed off, like, vacation. So she's pretty much has the same vacation that all these kids got. So she has winter break, summer break. Like, now it's starting to make sense. Now it's all starting to make sense. The average person can't vacation like her, period. Period. Your other friends teachers too, or like work at summer camps or something, because like that don't make no damn sense how you would expect somebody to keep it. People can barely keep up with their kids on that damn schedule to like schedule. So they be having to put their kids in camp. Like, yeah, I wouldn't just be like, you're privileged or nothing, but I would just be like, damn, bro. I mean, shit, you got anything that needs to be done in the school? They need a guidance. I can do some papers, bitch. We can get that same schedule. Like, he's talking about, I don't got the patience to be a teacher. Me neither. I would have to do like really young. I would either have to do like really young or like middle school. Like when the kids are like finally getting into like their little silly goofy selves. Like, yeah. But no. You said my other friends already have their big boy, big girl jobs that pay that $50K annual. Yeah, so they already found their degrees and shit. Okay, so what I would do, those people that got the big boy, big girl jobs, ask them to put you on. Ask them to put you on. Like, even I know I was joking about the paperwork and shit in the school, but realistically, if they're already like in their big girl, big boy jobs, be like, what can I do in your shit that I could apply myself for? Let me tweak up my LinkedIn. Let me tweak up my, because, yeah, you said, look, education admin, something. You would be surprised what you can use your degree for in the education system right now, because they are desperate. They're desperate. And they don't make that much. That's why old girl is most likely a coach also, because they make, I think, like at most like 26 to 32 in Florida. A teacher. So yeah, I could see why she would do like cheer coaching or soccer or some shit, because when you get them parents that are willing to spend that damn fucking $1,000 a season type shit, yeah, that adds up. But yes, I would definitely look into like any type of like admin work, anything like that. That sounds like a really good idea, because something's got to give. Y'all over here complaining. Y'all need to help a girl out. Damn. But yeah, if y'all have any other like tips or tricks or anything like that, please put them in the comments below. And thank you so much for sending in your story. Thank you. Like, because that is something that a lot of people are going through right now, where it's like, okay, so what are we? Because if we're not trying to like, because again, I'm not trying to do that whole toxic, like if we're not building, we're not friends. But it's like, bruh, you just want to see me struggle, bruh? Damn, like, I don't know. So let me get into this next story. This one has receipts. Okay, make sure I got the censored receipts. But yeah, this one is another unicorn story. Child. Sought after as a unicorn by my crazy coworker. The coworker is trying to smash. with his or her, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I gotta go to work and look at you. This is weird. Why would you even do this? So, hey, Naja. Hey, girl. I've been watching you for about 5 years. Thank you so much. And I love every minute of the growth of your channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for sticking with me. They said they found me for my Zodiac series, so I have to include I am a Capricorn sun, happy belated or happy birthday, a Virgo moon, and a Cancer rising. Make sure you guys put your Zodiac signs in the chat. We got Capricorns, Virgos, Cancers, all that. So let's get into the tea. I've given everybody a fake name, and I've included some screenshots. So here we go. Oh, and she gave me some pictures from your wedding. You got married? Hold on. You got married? Ooh, that dress is pretty. Okay. Okay, interracial swirl. We see y'all. That is so cute. Like, you look so pretty. Oh my gosh. Girl, you might be my cousin. You look like my grandmother when she was younger. Your hair is so cute. I'm just dead at your man, girl. He got a septum piercing. Okay, I see you. But yeah, you are so pretty. I love the reds. It's not for me, but I love when people, like, especially redheads, and they get married and they have like the burgundy with orange and yellow and like their bouquet. Like, she is killing it. And then she made her man wear like a floral, like, she killed that. You could tell she was like, yeah, this is what we're doing. Show up. Period. Like, I know that's right. Well, congratulations. Congrats on the wedding. Congrats. Love that for you. So to set the scene, my first job at a trade school. Ooh, that too, friend. That too. My friend that was just here. Go to trade school. Do a trade. Like, girl, go and be a mechanic. I'm not even about to hold you. Like, I'm going to post my vlog later, but like, I was doing my vision board for the new year and I took my degree off of that shit. Like, I already have a degree and I was going to further my education. I took that shit. I'm like, bro, I'm about to go learn a trade. Like, I'm about to go and get under the hood of somebody's car. Like, I just think that's so hot to be like a girl and just like, because you already know men are already going to be like, bitch, you don't know nothing about no cars. I'll be like, shut the fuck up. I know a thing or two about cars, and then just come out and just like, you know, show them that they're the little bitch and that I can build a fucking engine from scratch. Like, bitch, I just think that's so fucking cool. Like, go and learn a trade for real. Like, no, for real. Don't I look like a mechanic already? You funny as fuck. Bruh. I'm gonna just be, look, I'm telling you, I work on cars, but while y'all playing, I'm pretty sure this is a Dickie dress. Yo, like, no, for real, like, get into this trade, bitch. Get into a trade, like, for real. You get so much money. But when you do go into the field, you do deal with a lot of sexual shit because it's a majority men in these fields. So you was like, I was just thinking about that the other day when I replaced my headlight in my fuse. Girl, we just had a car problem and somebody tried to quote us $1,400 and we politely got another quote from somebody else and we only had to pay $300. So yeah, that's where you need to be in. Oh, and another thing, because you just reminded me, because she just got married. If you are good with a camera, like photography and shit, and you don't really do shit on the weekends, get into the wedding business. Like, look, these people will pay you a band an hour and have you be out there for 6 fucking hours. Like, I'm telling you, people are valuing more experience these days. Like, and once these boomers age out, look. I will say, though, if you do have a degree, I don't think it's a waste because we still have, you know, Gen X there. They value education in that sense where it's like, I'm not going to pay you unless you're educated. So don't think it's a complete waste. But they're not going to be here that long either, child, because y'all have a lot of stress. Shout out to Gen X. Y'all have been through a lot. So I don't even think I don't even think they have the will to stay here. I don't even think they have the will to stay here. Like, they're like, look, we don't give a fuck what y'all do at this point. But yes, you can, exactly. You can't be a doctor with no degree. Like, you're not going to be obsolete. You still, you know, getting a degree is valuable. But like, in my case, getting a bachelor, another arts, bachelor's in the arts, like, nah, I would rather get a bachelor's in science, you know? So, hey, but I'm sorry. We got off track for a second. So, okay, so her first job after trade school was in a hospital, and she worked primarily with women. At one point, I joined the second shift crew, and there were 6 of us, and we all became close. We all started hanging out outside of work, mostly in group settings, along with everyone's significant others. Okay. So the first time this happened, I was newly single and had just started seeing my now husband. There are 2 couples that are key to this story. The first is Wendy and Mark. This is the couple that wanted to make me their unicorn. And the second is Christina and Justin. So Christina and Justin are full-blown swingers. Okay? They're super chill about it in the sense that, you know, it's their thing and they don't be trying to like be perverts and like touch on people, right? We fuck with them. We fuck with them. Christina is also bi. I love them, and we're still good friends to this day. Well, that's what's up. Wendy and Mark, however, got the idea to be swingers from Christina and Justin. So, like, what? Do they even know what a swinger is? Because it's like, for all you know, Christina and Justin might just like watching. Like, do you even know what's going on? This is about to be a Tubi movie. I can feel it, right? This is about to be a Tubi movie. So they tried it. Oh, okay. Okay. So they know very from firsthand what's going on. So they actually tried it with Christina and Justin. So Wendy and Mark were swinging with Christina and Justin on several occasions. And every time Wendy got jealous. Jealous to the point of causing a huge scene and threatening to divorce her partner over the top. Like, it was crazy. Wendy at the time was very insecure about her body and had a lot of past trauma that hadn't been worked through. We no longer associate with them, so I don't know how they are now. So a couple parties into being in this friend group, we'd all been drinking, and I'd say we're very comfortable with each other at this point. Look, if anybody out there is watching this and somebody is telling you straight up, like, we're swingers, but they're not pushing it on you, you keep getting invited to the freak-offs. One day you're going to get freaked on, okay? You keep going to the freak-offs, you're going to get freaked on. Why are you and your partner going to their fucking house? Like, come on, friend. What the hell? I was sitting on my man's lap when Wendy came up to me and asked if she could kiss me. I said yes, and we kissed. I cannot stress enough that this was the worst kiss of my life. Wendy about knocked my teeth out with hers and would have taken my tonsils out with her tongue if I... She was also holding the back of my head. Oh my God. This is the most like traumatizing, aggressive kiss. So I grabbed my man's leg hard because I'm like bracing myself until it was over. He knew it wasn't right. Like, we laughed about it later and still do, but in the moment it was crazy. What? The party continued on, and after a while, Wendy came up to me and my man talking about, I want to have a threesome between me, her, and my man. But then immediately switched it to a foursome when she realized her man was right there. Y'all. All my white girls that are tribe members, and like I just hope that y'all doing okay watching this stream, you know, like, because y'all holding some L's this stream, man. Christina told me she had mentioned wanting to be with a black man. She's continued to make creepy comments about how big his lips are and how she wanted to kiss somebody with his size lips. We quickly turned this offer down. I would feel so weirded out and disgusted, bro. And then in my Dr. Umar voice with your husband, this is what happens. This is what happens when you get like, what? Yo, I would have been like, look, I understand that this is your home, but I'm respectfully gonna leave. Here is one of the first screenshots. Excuse the sparkles. So blank is gonna get you. I know she is after me. Pretty sure she wants you and your man. Oh yeah, she already mentioned a threesome and a foursome, and she also mentioned his lips more than once the other night. Girl, this would not have been a laughing emoji for me. I would have been had like a, you know, the eyebrow emoji where they'd be like, that would have been me. I would have been like, kept mentioning about their thing. Like, oh, and she did all of this, by the way. I didn't edit these receipts. She did all of this stuff. Then she asked me about oh my God. And I was like, yeah, girl, you did. She wants to be with a black man, but her husband isn't going for it. This is so weird. It's giving Get Out. It's giving Get Out. This is so weird, bro. Yeah, well, me and my man are out. Like, but he got friends that are down. Oh, he got friends. Bruh, not y'all auctioning off. Bro, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. Stop. Not y'all auctioning off the friends. Not y'all auctioning off the friends, bro. Oh, wow. Okay, this one is not censored, so I'm just going to read this one. Or should I wait? Or did... Oh, okay, I got to wait. Hold on. We're not at screenshot number 2 yet. But this one is not censored the way the other one was. So, okay. So, a month or so later, it's October, and we had what was supposed to be a girls-only Halloween pajama party. I would not want to hang out with them anymore. Like, that fucking race play shit is weird to me, bro. Wendy brought Mark. So Mark and Justin, whose house it was at, went out to a local bar. Eventually, they came back home, and things got turned upside down. Wendy and Mark were trying to swap spouses with... Oh, my God. Again? And Christina and Justin were in the middle. However, it didn't last long, as this was the night Wendy threatened to divorce Mark. Overseeing the... Oh, okay. So things got smoothed over as we all worked together and things moved along. That same month, Wendy and Mark had a Halloween party, and we went and everything was cool. A little weird, though. For instance, Wendy danced with me and was grabbing on my ass. Oh, hell no. Then she was casually choking one of her friends who's a gay man. He was into it, but it was strange. Yeah, there's just too much sexual deviant energy over there. Like, I just wouldn't want to go. And what happened to them being nonchalant and, like, chill about it? Like, we played pin the tail on the donkey, and I was blindfolded. She smacked and grabbed my ass, then said it was my man and not hers if I can't tell the difference. It was this night she told my man that he couldn't please me like she could because he's a man. Girl, this has not been chill whatsoever. She tried to gaslight the fuck out of my man by insinuating he was weak and not a good partner because he doesn't have my back. In the random situation that happened with what? No, for real, that is very bold for you to be trying to eat somebody's teeth in their head, talking about you kissing them. So that night was the last straw for us, and we began setting boundaries with them. Oh, and then they said that they're older than you. Oh, yeah, no, that's crazy. You said I did confide in them about, a situation, but like we were friends. That's crazy. And especially you're older than me, several years older than me. Wow. So that night was the last straw for us, and we began setting boundaries with them. This didn't stop her advances towards me, including at work. Ooh, I would have went to HR so motherfucking fast. Like, bitch, I'm about to get you out of here, bro. Like, Christina told me this all started because I was nice to her. So the fuck what? So the fuck what? If I'm nice to you, bitch, I'm a nice fucking person. It does not mean it gives you the right to be fucking weird. And then do this race shit. Like, I can't get over them texts. I can't get over those texts. It was giving get out. Like, that was weird. Mark never made any real advances towards me. That's Christina's man, or Wendy's man. One of them. I don't fucking know. There's too many damn people. But it was just overall just socially awkward and creepy. He told Justin he didn't have any male friends because men were intimidated by him. Oh yeah, he's just so alpha. Meanwhile, he is an incredibly feminine man who is in no way intimidating. He was also all over my social media to the point that others mentioned it. So here, let me read this. Because in this screenshot, I'm starting to see names I didn't see before, and I'm just trying to keep it cute. So my dude just pointed out something funny. This is the text. My dude just pointed out something funny. He said, do you ever notice how, what you call him? Mark never comments or likes anything you or I put on Facebook or anyone else except for my girl's posts, even when it's just like a copy and she's sharing on, like, say if she likes something and she shares it, he'll like it. And I was like, yeah, you would never know he even had Facebook if it wasn't for old girl posting pictures of herself. Wow, that's crazy. I guess he doesn't like bro now because bro must be intimidated by him. His words to him are, why don't you have male friends? And it's because people are intimidated by me. He was puffing his chest out when I went to go pick my girl up. What the fuck? And was trying to have a bass in his voice. He would not even look at me in the eyes. Like, really weird. Anyway, hope you're feeling better. And you get to stay out of work and recover. I guess you were sick. So I hope you get better soon. So yeah, it's bad when other people are starting to peep. So after I made it clear I'm not interested in Wendy, she began pursuing another girl we worked with who never even expressed being bisexual. Lord only knows what's happened between then and now, but it didn't work out with her either. That was my crazy coworker story. Thanks for reading. Much love to you and the tribe. Yeah, I would have snitched. I would have snitched so fucking decent. Because it's one thing to like assume like, oh, I think they like me or something. It's another thing to be doing shit outside of the workplace, trying to do like, you over here telling me straight up you want to smash, you're grabbing on my ass like and doing stuff I don't want you to do, like you're being this weird racial shit. That text message you sent me alone, that's a lawsuit, whatever company you work for. Like, I would have dug this bitch underneath the jail. But I get it. You got married, you're happy, you're living your best life. Like, you're like, fuck that bitch and all she got going on. And on some Cassie shit, I know it's not your responsibility, but I definitely would have snitched and told HR, because just like I thought, now there's a new girl who she's playing with this girl head, doesn't even know her sexuality. Look, people are evil as fuck. Just wicked. Just super wicked. But again, happy you guys are happy. I'm glad y'all are out of it, but that lady needs to get snitched on, because it seems like she's running over her man too. It seems like, I wouldn't doubt it if her man really didn't even want to like do any of this shit and he's just trying to play it off like he's cool with it, because what the fuck? I don't know. If y'all got any advice of what you think she should do, I mean, I don't think she's about to go backwards, but I would have snitched. Because that's just what you go to work for, to recruit bitches? Okay. Let us know in the comments below. But this is the last story. Speaking of coworkers recruiting bitches. Because it is a form of sex abuse. Like, I'm telling you, bro, you can't be doing that. It's a power imbalance. You can't be doing that, bro. So this next story is rat ass coworker and human traffickers at work. So, hey, Naja. Hello. Here's a little info about me. I'm 25. I'm originally from the East Coast. I'm a Scorpio sun, a Taurus moon, and a Gemini rising. Shout out to all my Scorpios, my Taurus, and my gems. I know that's right. And these are my 3 favorite signs in other people. So this is my first time writing in. I've been listening to you for about 2 or 3 years. Thank you so much. I have known about you since 2017, though, because my best friend put me on. She's been really into your content since your Tumblr days. Wow. So shout out to her. No, shout out to you for real. That was me as like a baby, like baby. So really shout out to you. I was late because she'd been telling me about you for years, but finally I started listening to YouTube consistently at work, and your content's my favorite. So thank you for feeding the children. You know I gotta feed the streets. I got you, friend. Don't worry. So, a little context. Sorry for the length. You can probably condense it a bit, but I'm a dramatic storyteller. It is fine. That's what these segments are for, in long stories. So I try not to include any unnecessary information, though. I'm strictly no friends at work type of person. Point blank. I said I was before this all happened, but I would frequently hang out with my coworkers and smoke and stuff, and I realized not even that could be done without it being messy. And we'll reflect on that a little bit. Plus a scary story about some customers I had who I truly believe were trying to traffic me. And I agree. For example, some of the people that I put on at Ratchet Corp would smoke with their coworker, and I'll be like, are you dumb? Like, we're not at the van store, bitch. We're at a corporate office. You can't be fucking like shit's gonna go around. Like, I don't know. I get what you're saying though. It's like there is a point where you do have to level up and instill those boundaries and be like, bro, yes, you're my work friend. I get along with you, or maybe our desks are together and we're cordial, we're cool, but there does have to be a line. Every once in a while, people will surprise you and you'll find a connection with somebody that has nothing to do with work. And you're like, oh shit, let's go to the Barbie movie, since that's the example we're using today. But yeah, doing vices, like be weary, smoking, going to the bar, happy hour, all that shit. It's low-key a corporate trap to see who gets the most fucked up and what HR is going to hear in the morning. Like, trust. So, I heard that you like work stories, so I'm going to share some. And yeah, I'll probably send in another clubbing story too at some point because it's just too much. But let's get into the rat coworker. So, thankfully at this time, I had a few people that had my back at work that I considered work friends. And I still consider them genuinely good people. So this new guy begins working there. Let's call him Richard. Mr. Richard. Oh my gosh. So Mr. Richard looks to be in his mid to late 20s, almost 30. And as soon as I met him, I got dusty vibes. Personally, I think I wasn't his type, so thankfully I didn't have to worry about him hitting on me. But anyways, from the first day out, you can tell that he was not about to do shit at this job. Oh my gosh. And I don't think he had ever went through HR training in his life, because any person who had a job knows acting like that, they would be fired. He had no filter, but I didn't care if he didn't work at work because it wasn't my business. He washed dishes, I served. Okay. So about 2 weeks into his employment there, he starts begging people for rides from work because he has no car and it's raining. Unfortunately, at this time, I'm one of those people who was raised to offer a hand to people when opportunity comes. I learned that lesson too, girl. I was a server and this bitch told me to take her home. I should have never took her ass home. She almost got me a whole fucking felony. I got a story on my channel. It is called She Made Me Steal for Her. This is my first legit serving job where I'm serving like wine. Like I'm like upper echelon. I'm not at the hookah bar no more, bitch. Like, and yes, like, look, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So I blame my good Samaritan religious parents for what's about to happen, but he comes to me and I don't really have an excuse because he knows I have an hour break. Since I'm like 18, 19 at the time and I don't have boundaries like I do now, I said sure, because he's not far. He also had a break, so I was going to give him a ride back as well. I guess he forgot his work shoes and they were telling him to go back and get them. He said, I'll smoke you out. And I agreed. Another red flag. Oh my gosh. When I tell you at that Indian restaurant, you know how many people wanted to smoke with me, bro? Do you know how many people would ask me, bro? And I would say no. Like, I would just act like I did not know what they were talking about. Like, and it all started. So you know how like stereotypes be rooted in some truth, right? So it all started. They asked me what my ethnicity was. And I told them. And they were like, oh, you're Caribbean, so you be smoking. And I was like, nah, bro, I don't be doing that. Then I started coming into work high. And my boss, my Indian boss, would be like, oh, you smelling good. Like, we need to meet up. And like, we need to. And I'm like, no, we don't. Like, we really don't. Like, bro, you're in your 40s and I'm 19. Like, and lo and behold, he over here fucking the little servers, bro. But yeah, bro, like, definitely red flag. Do not accept weed as payment. Like, no. She was like, I was in the trenches. And at this time, trees was something that Def helped me tolerate these crazy customers. So it was a little awkward at first, but everything is chill. We make small talk in the car and we smoke. Nothing really sketchy happens though. But I could tell this guy is definitely a mooch and embellishes all his moves. All is good until Mr. Richard makes a remark about a homeless guy standing on the corner and says some nasty things about homeless people. Mr. Richard, you can walk your ass fucking home. You don't even have a fucking car and your shoes are soiled to the point where they sending you home to like, who the fuck, like you probably live with a bitch or with your grandma. Like, shut the fuck up, Mr. Richard. I would have get out. Get out. Like what? I resented him for saying this because my brother is homeless and very sick. And I feel like it speaks volumes about your character if you're just disgusted by homeless people for just existing. So right then and there, I decided, okay, this ain't ever happening again. I don't like him. So we go back to work. At this time, I'm pretty sure the managers know that everybody smokes, but it's an unspoken rule to not be obvious about it because our district manager makes surprise visits. And he would make a big deal if he smells weed. So we go to our separate workstations and a few hours pass and I hear arguing in the back. Richard storms out oh my God, please don't tell me Richard about to be one of them people that be smoking and be fucking tweaking so hard at work. And then like you just feel so guilty because you're like, oh my God, I got this old nigga high. Mr. Richard ain't even that old. Mr. Richard's probably like my age, acting like a fucking bum. Oh my God. Richard storms out the door and my manager comes to the front with a serious look on her face and she tells me the following in our empty restaurant. I just want to give you a heads up. So you know so-and-so and who also does dishes in the back? This is another girl she's referencing. She's really sweet and quiet and we all love her because she minds her business and she's not messy. She happens to be a lesbian, which most of us knew because she presented as a mask outside of work. Well, she just came to me to let me know about a sexual harassment complaint. Apparently, Mr. Richard has been harassing her for the last week. He's been asking her personal questions about her sex life. To get him to leave her alone, she let him know that she's not interested in men and that there's no use in trying. He got offended and told her that she is for sure not a lesbian and just hadn't had some good you-know-what yet. Yeah. And when I tell you this girl's a stud, like, she's a stud. He was just bitter, but thankfully my coworker didn't let that slide, as she should. So she continues to tell me that the girl relays this info, so she pulls Richard into the office. Richard starts to get upset before the manager even gets to explain what the consequences are and says that it was just a harmless conversation. My manager told him that it's inappropriate to have that conversation and it's an HR violation. So he blows up and starts screaming at her and tries to use this as a counterpoint. Well, today I smoked with so-and-so in her car. Would you consider that an HR violation? She wanted to fuck me. You should be firing her too. Remember earlier when I was telling y'all with the lady that was like, I'm about to call CPS and just burn the whole fucking house down? It's just like, damn, bro. So you about to just ruin everybody else's life? Like, this girl did you a fucking favor and you just gonna do that to her? Mr. Richard. You know what I would have said? I would have said, prove it. It's that simple. I would have been like, prove it. Are you going to believe his word over mine? Prove it. You can't prove that I just did that. Can you present the weed? No. Like, I would be playing with his shit so bad. I would be like, bro, prove it. I don't know what you talking about. Prove that I wanted to smash you. The fuck? Naja, you know that scene where Regina George found out about that one thing in Mean Girls and she starts screaming? That was me. I was very repulsed by the fact he said that to my coworker more than anything. But the fact he threw in that little tidbit on top of ratting me out for no reason, if the district manager happened to be there, I would have been fired too. After all, he was the one that wanted to smoke and he's the one that brought the weed. That's why I'm like, he probably stank like weed. Like, bro, you can't prove that it was me. I would deny, right? Thankfully, I did not have anybody in the restaurant, so I immediately start to go off to my manager, telling her how he had no place to say all that. I offered him a ride home out of the kindness of my heart because it was raining, and my manager said, calm down. She's not going to report that I smoked because obviously it wasn't nearly as important. She said, just be careful and to protect my story. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, deny, bitch. Like, if there's no hard proof and they don't got you on no fucking camera, deny. So he obviously gets fired. And before I move on to the next story, I should note that about 2 weeks later, like not even lying, 2 weeks, 2 suits on with neck ID badges coming to the restaurant. They were not regular police. They looked like actual detectives. And they asked, is Richard blank blank still working here? We told them no, and they proceeded to give me a card and asked me to give it to my manager who was out for doing deposits for the bank. Like, that's sometimes y'all know. Another one of my coworkers was being nosy and asked, like, what is going on? And they said they can't disclose, but if we hear from him, we should contact them with urgency if we hear where he may be. Here's the kicker. About a month later, I see a post from a girl I went to high school with who is freshly 17 or 18. And she has she has a picture of her and Richard all snuggled up in bed talking about free my baby Richard. And a picture of them talking on the jail phone. Grooming, harassment, and being a rat. Wow. That's all for that one. Yeah, keep him locked up. Don't free him. Keep him locked the fuck up. He does not need to be out. Ew. He sounds like a sexual deviant. It's just everything's all about fucking to him. Like, it's weird. And I wouldn't be surprised if, man, look, he probably not even supposed to be on the computer. Man, so here's the trafficking story also. And that too, like, I hope that girl is okay. And where are her parents? Like, where are her parents at? You don't see your little baby caked up with a grown ass man? That shit there is ridiculous. So the trafficking story. Again, this all happened the same week that Richard stormed out. This is a trigger warning because it's kind of dark and sad when I think about it. And I hope and pray that the other person in the situation got out okay. There are no graphic details, but there is a mention of potential abuse. So I was pulling a double. The evening time rolls around and my manager puts me on a different section of the restaurant I don't usually work in. This restaurant has regulars. So this couple walks in and my coworkers say to me, oh, these people are weird. Weird was not the word. To describe them, the man at the table is about 6'5", 200 pounds, bald with a goatee. So Walter White. and this scary scowl on his face. I do not judge books by their covers, but after the interaction, I'll admit he did scare me. I don't think he ever cracked a smile. The woman with him was someone who looked like she was being abused. She was frail, small, maybe on something. The entire time she said almost no words and was constantly looking down, looking exhausted, scared of this guy, and silent. It immediately had me concerned. She looks like she'd been crying or something, but I don't know. When I walked up to the table, the man was very firm, and he said, "I'm not here for chitter chatter. I'm here to eat." So I get straight to the point and give him the spiel. He puts in his order. I turn to the woman and say, "And for you?" She immediately looks terrified. And he interrupts and says she'll have a salad, which is a quintessential dick move, but this felt like a command. Like, he was very much like, "Nah, this is what she's going to get." I feel like she shot him a look like, "Really?" And the girl, she looked like she needed a real meal too. So I tried to upsell them and even offered to give her a free side of fries on me, since he seemed to have a strict budget because I had a nice discount. He looks at me so pissed and said, "No salad for her, fries for me." So he goes to the bathroom. The woman's still looking down with her hands in her lap, and I thought this might be a good opportunity for me to go up and give her drinks and see if I could probe her to see like what's going on, if she needs real help. When I walk to the table, I ask her if she's having a good day and if everything's okay. And she looks at me in a way like, "I can't even talk to you. Like, don't talk to me. If he catches me talking to you, it's not going to be good." I could barely hear what she was saying because she barely was speaking and was basically just shaking. And I looked at her right in the eyes because I'm trying to find any type of signal. And the woman shook her head. And I'm like, "Are you sure? 100%? And she's nods. And I said, "Well, if you change your mind, you can come to my manager. She's very easy to talk to and will gladly help you." And I point her out. My manager is a very hard-headed woman who quickly will stand up for people. So I knew if this woman did decide she wanted help, my manager would take action. Pretty soon after I finish that interaction, the man comes back. I go to my coworker and tell him I'm getting this weird vibe and I think she might be a victim of trafficking. And he said that he wouldn't be surprised. But I can't blatantly ask her without having some sort of clear indication, in case this dude just decides to lash out. So I return their food, and as I turn to leave, the man puts his hand out and stops me from leaving, talking about, "What's your name?" And he said he want to introduce it. Hell no, I'm not going with you. And you said, is there a procedure for staff if y'all see something like this? Usually just call the police. Like, just call the police and then have the police up there and then confront them while the police is there. That's pretty much all you really can do. Because if the victim isn't going to like try to pass a note or, do something like that, it's going to be really hard to say that they are a victim. So like if you already got the cops there and you're just showing like, "Hey, he can't turn up with the cops here. Like, are you good?" That's usually what people do. So he over here talking about "My name John. This is my wife. And I want to tell you that me and my wife think you're beautiful and we would love to have you over at our house for dinner." You don't have to be a genius to know that man is lying. He is also not exactly asking me. He's telling me he wants my number and to come to his house. I tell him I appreciate the compliment, but I don't give my number out to customers. He asked why, so I just said my dad is crazy and he'd probably flip out. He laughs and he writes his number and he gives it to me. And he says we can arrange something after work. He says there's a Motel 8. Oh, hell no. He said he's staying at the Motel 8 because they're bug bombing. So unfortunately, I couldn't do much because it's not his personal number. What? I'm having a full-blown panic attack at this point. This woman is looking at me in a way I cannot explain. Then he asked her, "Don't you think she's pretty?" And she says very robotic like, "Yes, we would like to take you to dinner." I know to some people that this may sound fake, but on everything, this 100% happened. And if I was still in contact with some of my coworkers, they could vouch for me. I thank them for the compliment and tell them I'll think about it. I go to the back and have my little panic attack. Part of me is just terrified that these people are going to come back once they find out I'm not going to call them. And I'm also panicking about the fact that this woman seems like a victim, and I can't just call the police, as they'll probably finish their meal soon and I'll have no real evidence. And that's not really your job to call the police. If I were you, I would go to your manager and be like, hey, I get a vibe. That's their job, because the manager can refuse service to anybody. So I pull my male coworker friend who's almost 7 foot tall in the back, and I tell him what's happening. And I tell him I don't feel safe serving them, and if he could take the table. He doesn't hesitate. And upon bringing them the rest of their order, he's let them know I was super busy, even though I was hiding in the back. And they like him, and he usually does serve them, so it didn't seem like they suspected much. I wait in the back for them to leave, and I told my coworker that he could definitely take the tip because I don't want none of their money. But he comes back with a $40 tip on a $15 bill. He even said that bro had a wad of cash when he was paying. When they leave, me and him go to my manager and they tell him everything. It's been a few years, so I don't remember if she filed a police report or not, but we don't have a whole lot of info on these people. So when I go to the window, I notice their car that they got out of is still parked there. Where I live, you don't have to have a front license plate, so we do not see their plates. Naja, they proceed to sit in this parking lot for 45 fucking minutes. That's what I'm saying. So if thank you for mentioning that in the chat. So he's a regular and the male server serves him often. So does he come in there with girls often, or is this the first time he came in with a woman? Like, what was the difference this time? I was super paranoid that whole night going home, thinking they were parked around the corner and would follow me. And for a second, I thought they did, but I think it was just, me being freaked out. So they made it about 8 minutes before I got home, before they turned onto a highway. So they even followed you home? Oh, hell no. I didn't see them again at that location. I still feel guilty that I was not able to do much for the woman, and I pray and hope she's safe. I haven't worked there in several years, but that was my crazy week at work. I think somewhere I may have said it was the same day, but thinking now it was definitely not. No, you said it was the same week. I hope the tribe likes my story, and thank you for keeping me entertained at work. You are so welcome. Look, y'all, be weary. All money is not good money. When a patron is tipping you way over 100%, like, what are we doing? There's something going. He was definitely giving pimp vibes, definitely giving trafficking vibes. I don't see how he was he probably just didn't bring the girls there regularly, because I'm like, how are you a regular and you regularly just bring victims to the damn bar? Like, what? I don't know. I don't know, y'all. That's too much. It just makes you think about like all the stuff hidden in plain sight going on in the world, and like we just don't know that they're victims. And it's crazy. It's crazy. I know. I'm glad nothing happened to you. I would have been doing the longest way home. I would have drove directly to the police station. Like, bro, you're not about to follow me. No, you're not. You really aren't. You said some men aren't attentive though, so not surprising, just disappointing. Oh, of the regular, yeah, because they'll treat the dude servers way different. They definitely will. But that's the last story that I got for you guys. Thank you guys so much for kicking it with me in this live stream. These have been some very interesting stories. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Y'all have really come through. Thank you so much for supporting all the tribe teas. Please go and check out my Britney video if you have not already. And I'm going to be dropping a vlog very, very shortly, if not today, tomorrow. And I think it's about like 50 minutes, girl. Like, it's a long vlog. So if you want to see me behind the scenes, you got that. And then the things we're leaving in 2023 has been filmed, chopped. So it's going to be up very, very soon. So yeah, thank y'all so much for being patient with the girl.